I'll make you famous.
Because I'm a cowboy! Oh, man.
And now, your mama knows.
29, 28, 27, 26, 25, 24, 23, 22, 21, 20, 19, 18, 17, 16, 15, 14, 13, 12, 11, 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, 0.
What are you, fucking nuts? You thought...
Subscribe to the most epic channel on YouTube for live streams every week. Daily videos. Subscribe. Bruce, unleash the baby god dragon. What's going on, guys? It's the Cowboy King of Entertainment, and I'm back with another video and another live stream. And guys, today is gonna be nothing less than epic because I have a good old friend of mine, and we haven't did any content together in such a long time that I am ecstatic and I'm ready to punch and kick over the moon because Ninja Guy, I was gonna say X, but I can't say that no more. So Ninja Guy V, okay, I can't do an R, but Ninja Guy VR is in the building. Guys, what's cool is, you know me, I'm not the biggest VR fan, and sometimes I feel like I can always throw a little shade on VR because Mr. Urban World's always talking smack about VR is the greatest thing ever. But when I hear somebody like Ninja Guy decide to go full steam into VR, then that tells me something good. So the cool thing is, he said to me, hey, why don't we get together and why don't we do a show about VR? And I was like, dude, you let me know any Monday, let's do it. And he said, we can do it this Monday. And so here we are, guys. So I'm excited for today's episode as well. Is my guy F-Cat, you know he's in the back. He got a bunch of different news about gaming and all this crazy stuff. You know F-Cat. But it's going to be definitely an epic show. And also what was cool is, guys, you know, phones. I've had the very first folding phone that Samsung made, and I kept getting them. And Ninja Guy said, dude, we got to bring up the trifold. And if you know me, I seen the trifold, meaning a fold that folds 3 times, right? And it gets pretty big, like 10 inches. So maybe I want to say 3+ years they showed the concept of a trifold, and every year when they have the CES the show, I'm always like, please show the trifold, please show the trifold, and every year they don't show it. Well, now Huawei has unleashed their actual trifold, and it's not a proof of concept, it's an actual phone that's coming to the market. So of course it's a Chinese phone, so we won't get it in the United States, but we're gonna get into that too, guys. We got a jam-packed show, and it's gonna be epic, and that's for one reason and one reason only, because I'm a cowboy. Oh man. All right, so anyway, if you're new to the channel, go to the homepage and just scroll down. You see all the different things I do, from gaming, the vlogging, the podcast, movie reviews, product reviews. It's all on there plus more. But I'm gonna grab a chair. I hope you guys grab a chair, and we're gonna get the show started. So I think it's only right to bring in my special guest first, and you know, we get to meet up again, and it's gonna be cool. So haven't been here for a while. This feels so nostalgic. Yeah, it's crazy, right? All right, so guys, coming in right now, red hot, is one of my favorite people I got to meet. Me and this guy, we just always had a good time. Every time we was on different shows, podcasts, you name it, it's just been a blessing. And it's just, Ninja Guy X is my guy. Ninja Guy VR. It's going to take me a while. X. But anyway, with that being said, coming in, red hot, back here in the gun zone. Okay, I'm going to stop. Obi's going to try to like get me and all. But it's the gun show. All right. Ninja Guy X. Give it up. Let's go. What's up? Yeah.
Yeah. I'm never going to give up the X, man.
You can't give up the X, man.
Oh, man. Like I said in the chat, this feels so nostalgic. It's been so long. Man, you're healthy, man. I'm happy to see that. I know for a while your shoulder was...
Yeah, I had shoulder surgery over a year ago.
Oh, my God. That's so cool. Yeah.
Yeah, and I'm feeling great, man. Yeah, it's cool, man. Dude, how are you?
Oh, man, I've been good. VR is definitely keeping me busy, but a good busy, you know, like it's not... Yeah. Back then I was doing a lot of streams almost every day, and live streaming is a lot more, it's a lot more tiring. I know you do it, but for me, it was just too much. Just my brain just can't handle it. Right. But when you do edited videos, and you play your game on your own and all that, it's so much less work, like tiring, I guess, right? So yeah. You know
what's cool? So I actually cut back on streaming a bit, especially because I'm selling my house. So we've just been like crazy, right? But what I noticed was I talk too much, right? I can't fully get to enjoy the game when I stream because I respond to everybody. I try to respond to everything. So, and some people talk during the cutscenes. You know, you want to pay attention to the cutscenes and stuff. And sometimes I leave playing the game where I feel like I didn't really fully enjoy the game and invest into the game that I should have because I was streaming it. So what I do now mostly is like a first impression. I'll get a game and I'll stream just like the first hour, 2 hours, 3 hours, and give my my thoughts on just that little bit. And then for the most part, I play the game on my own, like off stream. But yeah, I mean, I have stuff like Tuesdays I stream Fortnite now, and I became like I just fell into Fortnite. It's kind of crazy because of Primo. So Primo was doing a birthday stream, and I was watching him, and I was like, I'll join if you want. And I always admired Fortnite because I feel like, man, they constantly add content like every 3 months. Like, that's cool. And it's been doing it so consistently. So anyway, I joined the stream, and I ended up spending like $10 on a character. And then the next week I spent like $23. And then my wife is into it. So now my wife and I, we play Fortnite. We check every day to see what characters are added because I got my special list. But anyway, so I stream Fortnite, and then on Wednesdays I stream my wrestling. But so I guess I still stream a little bit, but those are like kind of different. It's like a community thing.
I know
But
what you mean. Yeah, because with with Pixel Junk Raiders, I was addicted to it. I knew that I played a game for 200 hours. After a while, it's just mindless, right? You just play the
right,
game and you look at chat at the same time and whatever. You
right.
don't have a story to follow or anything like that. So I totally get that. A story focused game is really hard to stream for sure.
Yes, yeah.
Yeah.
But dude, first of all, let's back up a little
Yeah.
bit, man. Guys, if you don't know Ninja Guy, and you're gonna be X for right now, right? Ninja
Sure.
Guy X and I, we met because of our love for Stadia, cloud gaming, specifically Stadia, man. And like he said, Pixel Junk Raiders was this game that came out. And now, do you remember the issue I had at first?
Everybody had issues with it, so but
No,
I
no, no.
don't 100%
I
remember.
had a very specific issue that allowed me to not be able to play the game.
Oh, okay.
And
No,
you
I
were
don't
the guy
remember.
that actually told me when they fixed the issue.
Oh yes, inverted camera.
Yeah.
That's what it is.
So
Yeah,
I
yeah,
only play inverted, and for
yeah,
like the first I think 30 days.
yeah.
Yeah, it wasn't no inverted mode, and I was like, dude, I just can't untrain myself. And then when they added it, you actually told me like, hey, guess what? They patched in inverted. I was like, cool. But apparently I wasn't that good for that game. So, but I tried, But so yeah, just backing up our history a little bit. Yeah, man, we was some cloud gamers, some Stadia gamers, and it was epic times, man.
Oh man, for sure. Like I always remember, when we first meet. Like the first time I watched, I was really into Stadia. I was watching every content creators, out there and
Right.
all that, and I came up with this show with you, Jeff and Ryzak, and the Yes Man show.
No, yes, man.
No, Yes Man. And that's the first time I saw you, and you and Ryzak, you were just like trolling, not trolling, but you were bashing each other, right? Like
We was
bad, really bad. And so this, I was like, I'm staying away from these guys, like I'm not, like holy crap, these guys are just brutal. So, but one day I think you approached me and you're like, hey man, you want to come to my show, like just for fun, whatever.
Right.
I'm like, oh my gosh, like really? So yeah, we and back then I wasn't too used to how people stream and that. I came like 15 minutes early to your show, and you're like, you're already here. So that was funny. And yeah, we talked a little bit, and I learned to understand that the cowboy is kind of like your not your character, right? Like on stream.
Yeah.
I didn't know that. But yeah, since then I've been on a few of your shows on Stadia, quite a few actually. It was a fun time. But yeah, then I drifted away a little bit, and here I am now. Back.
Yeah, it's crazy to go back because I was in full character, man, and like so many people hated me, but they loved to watch, and I was so like aggressive and like the people who watch me now that didn't watch me then, they're probably like, what? But yeah, it was just a different side of me. I totally like calmed down, but yeah, but I lived for it back then. But I feel like now, I don't have the same. I can't keep up. I think what's happening in gaming, because so with cloud gaming, yeah, we were like a community,
Yeah.
and with Stadia, and so we had our own little bubble, and there was people who always talked bad about it, but we had so much of a strong bond at the time, it didn't phase us. But now, being a PlayStation fan and an Xbox fan, I used to always say, look, if you think this is bad, PlayStation and Xbox, so now the negativity is so overwhelming, I don't even want to really involve myself. Like I remember trying, like, oh, I'll be the PlayStation cowboy, and it like the negativity is real. Like cloud gaming got nothing on the console wars, nothing.
No,
and it's just like I can't keep up that. Like it was cool with Stadia. I feel like it's small, so like everybody knew everybody, but it's like people really try to attack you in PlayStation and Xbox, and I feel like I can't keep that energy. I don't really like on a reality. I'm really positive. I don't like negativity that much, right? So I'll doll it up and whatever, but this is like real. Like people like hate you for real. You're like, whoa, calm down. So like. Yeah, so I'm just kind of like, what? I don't really have the energy for all that. Now, I might bump heads with somebody and we might mutually make a video against each other, for like fun and showmanship. But yeah. So
some people are just really skilled at just figuring out what really drives you nuts, right? You know what I mean? And we're talking with the top people there, right? The top gamers, because the PlayStation and Xbox, that's what it is.
Right.
And I feel that this is a question that you were going to ask me in the soon, where is VR, the same kind of feeling as Stadia, and it's not. It's kind of like getting to the Xbox and PlayStation point. It's still very small, but it's already growing more than Stadia. So the fact that there are trolls like that, there are people who will just always find something negative to say to your positive stuff, and it's there. So I started to start drifting away from some people, some communities, because that's how it is. I totally understand.
I mean, it's just real. But let me do this, man. I want to do a blast from the past because it brought this up. So let me hit this.
Hold on. My dad says we have to rename the show. What did you say the show should be called?
The Opinionators.
The Opinionators.
Same difference.
Man, I miss Stadia so much. This is such a good time.
I was
great.
talking to Purple last Monday on my stream, and we end up just talking about Stadia for like an hour straight. The last 2 hours was just we would bring it up, and we would and I haven't had those emotions in a long time. So I kind of left Stadia before I even knew the announcement where it was going to end, right? Because I kind of got upset because they didn't get WWE 2K 2020, whatever year it was. And so everybody was like, so what you love Stadia so much, what you going to do when they don't get wrestling? I was like, oh no. They was like, oh. And then when it didn't get wrestling, I was like, I'm a big fan. I kind of need it. So eventually I was hanging in there, and I was like, yeah, they're not getting it. So I got a PlayStation because I needed it, right?
Yeah.
And so I kind of just fell out of more games was coming to PlayStation that wasn't coming to Stadia, and I was just like, at the end of the day, I get it. It works. It's amazing. But for me, I've always been a specific gamer where, like, even when we had Stadia Pro, right, it was called, it was like you get a bunch of games for $9.99. But I was kind of like, I love that you could buy. I love to be like, I want that game and buy it, and that's it. So when Stadia was just not really getting that many games, they were slowing down. I was like, dude, they got a bunch of games coming out that they're not getting. So I kind of was kind of falling out of my love with Stadia. Again, I love what Stadia is, what it does. As Purple and I was talking about, like, dude, like, pretty much walk out your house and you got your library with you.
Yeah.
And as long as you got either Wi-Fi or internet or data, mobile data, that's it. So anyway, I don't want to,
No, for sure. Yeah, I did the same actually. I bought an Xbox during the Stadia time because that's the thing. They were not all in, like they were not spending enough money to get contracts, and around the end, I just needed more, like, better games, to be honest, So I still had my Stadia, but I had my Xbox to fill out that void of other games that I needed. So that made a lot of sense.
Hey, not for nothing. I am it's weird to say it. I don't want to say I'm happy Stadia died, but I do appreciate that a lot of people got to find other experiences. Like, there were some people that was so into Stadia, they would have never branched out and got what they got now. And unfortunately, some people stopped playing video games.
I was just about to say, that really makes me sad. I know a few of my friends that completely stopped playing games now.
Yeah. But let me get to the chat. I want to say what's up to 50 Trey Gaming. What's going on? And what's going on? Dodge Man is in the building. He said, "Can I call him Ninja Gaiden?" Hey, listen, that's a compliment,
Absolutely.
right?
That's
Let
my
me
my
see.
nickname. So yeah, love that.
Yeah, CMG is in the building. What's going on? Chariot Man Gaming. Let me see. FCAT said PlayStation and Microsoft drop what? PlayStation, Microsoft drop VR. Well, I feel like Microsoft never really fully got into VR, and then PlayStation. You know, the cool thing is, so PlayStation. I guess they said they're not. Well, you'll explain it, but I guess they're not really making their own games anymore. But they're still allowing people to make games for the PSVR too.
Yeah.
So that's pretty cool. You know.
So the Xbox, it kind of still into VR because they have their flight simulator that is
Okay.
VR supported. That's the only, they don't have headsets or things like that, but they are in the VR game somewhat. But then, yeah, you're right. So the PSVR 2 is kind of like the PlayStation Vita right now. You know how they dropped the first party support, but
Right.
still going on with it. Like, there's rumors that there's still a first party in development, but it's yet to be announced. So we'll see how it goes.
You know what I think is cool though. I think if they made a great device, right? And so if they just say, you know what, this is the console, and maybe we won't make games, but you guys could still fully make games. We're not gonna pull the plug on it. And so it's kind of like lately I've been champion third party. Like first party is cool, but third party, if we being honest, that's what really holds you over, right?
Yeah.
If you went to a year-to-year basis, what first party games really what volume of first party games really hold you over, right?
It's been rough the last few years.
Yeah. It's really third party is what really holds gamers down, right? So if they just said, look, we made this device that's VR, and you know what, we still gonna just allow people to make games for it. It's a great device. Games will look really good on it. Matter of fact, I got a couple things I want to bring up since we got you on here, but we're gonna go all over the place. But I'm definitely want to really dive into you with VR. But because we're bringing this up right here, what I want to do. And speaking of something like this, so I'm going to show a game that is a lot of people. This was a game that a lot of people know and love. And the cool thing is, it's going to also come to PlayStation VR too. So, and guys, by no means is this the whole PlayStation thing, but it's just the topic what we're talking about. But check this out, Phasmophobia.
What did you see? Okay, never mind, we're coming. Hello?
So I just wanted to bring that up because it was the topic of conversation. But I think that's cool that as far as the VR, as far as PlayStation VR, like if we're saying they're not supporting it, but third party is still. So that's cool.
Yeah, exactly. So yeah, that was just announced. There's also another horror game that's coming out. Propagation. I don't remember the name. Propagation Hotel. Propagation Paradise Hotel. So that's another horror game coming out. So yeah, like you said, it's still being supported. We're still seeing a lot of games. It's not going to end. I feel like it's going in the same track as the Vita, where Vita was getting a lot of awesome games, even though they didn't support it. So yeah, I'm still down for it for sure. Some people, a lot of debate is about it because there's no like AAA experience that we're getting, from the first party, and yeah.
I think the hard thing is they started off by making you saying, "Oh, we're gonna have all these first party AAA games, and people's like, whoa, you saw like the mountain, the Horizon, whatever for the mountain or whatever.
Resident Evil, yeah, and all of that
Yeah.
stuff.
Um,
But then Astrobot, they got announced, but it didn't get a VR release because the first Astrobot was VR exclusive.
okay.
So now that put a lot of debates. They were, oh man, why did they do that? They could at least put both, like two versions, right? A VR version and a
Right.
flat screen version. That's possible. But yeah, so there's a lot of debate. A lot of people are like uncertain if they want to keep supporting it or not. It's a very touchy subject right now.
So let's back up a little bit. What got you into VR?
Yeah. So, well, first of all, I treat VR like a console, basically. So I got my PlayStation, I've got my PC, I've got my VR. I don't treat, a lot of people treat it like a piece of tech where, or you can do like, you can chat on Discord on it, or you do whatever. No, I just game on it and that's it. I've seen VR a lot in the past few years, and for me, I wasn't too interested because almost every game's felt like proof of concepts, it just feels either cheap or just a gimmick or except like maybe a handful or a port or like a port or a remake, right? Like Resident Evil, I can play it on my TV. Why would I need to play it in VR or whatever? And so that's why it took me so long. But then there's this one game that was my system seller, and it's What the Bat. I really enjoyed What the Golf. It's such a silly game, and then this game from What the Bat, it was just VR. So I was like, oh man, that sucks. It's the only game I want in VR. Do I really want to invest in a headset just for this one silly game?
Right.
But at some point in December of 2023, I went into a pawn shop, and there was one that was really cheap, a headset. It's called a Rift S. So I got it, and it was kind of fun. I really enjoyed it. And I was like, oh, you know what? And I saw that, with the Christmas special, it was kind of cheap. The Meta Quest 2 was pretty cheap back then. So I was like, you know what? Let me return that headset and get the Meta Quest 2 instead, because a lot of my friends were recommending me games that were exclusive to the Quest 2. And so I went with that and really enjoyed it. And I was like, you know what? I don't really have like a direction on my YouTube at the moment. So I'm really into VR right now. So let me just do it. And VR has been really good to me. I'm going to tell you, since I like my channel has grown, like I think double the numbers since I started back in January, since what I had. And then a lot of people has approached me. Now I'm in the Quest Creator Program. Yeah. I'm even getting like paid contracts now. Like, it's crazy. I'm still small, but people just enjoy, I guess people enjoy my content. And I still have a little bit of imposter syndrome, like I don't get why people like my stuff like that. Like, I mean, there's other bigger content creators out there, right? So, but other than that, that's my journey in VR. And but I'm going to keep it real. If you ask for my opinion, I got a lot of stuff to say about VR. We talked about it a little bit on Discord.
That's what I want to hear.
Yeah, for sure. And we'll talk about that. But that's my journey into VR. And I'm going to enjoy it as much as I enjoy all of my consoles.
Check out Ninja Guy VR channel right here.
Okay, you're good. You're good.
Okay. Here's Ninja Guy's VR channel right here. Make sure you check him out. Definitely. I'll have this pinned in the description. So you guys definitely check him out. Like I said, great guy. We've been friends for some years now, which is cool to say. He's a fellow Canadian and just one of the nicest guys ever. So let me ask you this. So you got into VR. What games fills your fancy, right? What games are the games that you're like, you know what? So here's my thing. I'll jump into what you said a little bit, and then I'll get you to answer that. Yeah. When I'm a bit older, I remember the Virtual Boy on Nintendo.
Right? Yeah.
Like years ago, which was like a little stand you put your face in, right? And that was kind of like what VR, back then, right? And then VR started to get better and better, but my problem is what you said. Everything felt like a proof of concept. Everything felt like really like, they didn't spend much time in this game. It didn't cost a lot. And my issue was at the time, I was big into graphics, right? I was from like 8-bit, and then it jumps to, everything was jumping, right? Like, oh. And VR just always seemed like no matter what the current thing is out, current consoles, VR always was like 2 steps behind. You'll have VR and you'll be like, man, these graphics are from like how old? And then remember when the arcades had better graphics than consoles?
Yeah.
And then there was a point in time where consoles just beat it. And it was like arcade games stopped having great, like amazing graphics. It was like, dude, why does this VR game look like it's an old arcade game, So that was my problem that always made me standoffish with VR. But there's some cool VRs I've seen. Like right now, I think out of every trailer I've ever seen with VR, I'm pretty sure you probably heard of it, but it's a game I think came out recently called Behemoth. And dude, that trailer, I'm like, this game is for me, right? If I was to get into VR, hey, why are you licking the side? What are you doing?
He's into VR, man. He's into VR.
She's like licking her bed. I'm like, is something stuck on there? Like, what's going on? Anyway,
oh my God.
So yeah, I mean, so VR is still for me. Again, I didn't go out and buy anything recent, right? I'm still on the fence. Like when I got PlayStation 5 and the PlayStation VR 2 was coming out, I think I had something where I said to Mr. Urban World, if you get one, I get one. And it was a certain time for me. Him and Holtz was going to get one, and he didn't get it. Holtz got one. And so, yeah, I don't know. My issue is I've always feel like I never see a game where I'm like blown away, where the graphics just, you know what I'm saying? And like to be inside VR, to have a graphics that's amazing, you would feel like, whoa, that's kind of crazy. So I guess I've, never seen a trailer that really, like I've seen some cool games like ISO Motion Gaming. He's into VR and he showed a couple VR games. This one game is cool. Like you're fighting zombies, you got different guns and you could reload. And like, I'm like, whoa, it seems really cool. And it's co-op too.
Oh yeah. Probably Arizona Sunshine too. Nice.
But
Oh yeah. So well, first I want to say hi to Orbits in the chat. She's an amazing person. She said that we were going to convince you to get into VR with cookies. So you just tell her, Cowboy, how many cookies you want, and we'll make it happen. So thank you, Orbits, for coming in.
I listen, Orbit. I love soft batch cookies, so that's where we're starting at. So some chocolate chip soft batch. We'll start there.
All right, we'll get to work. But Behemoth is coming out on December. They got a little bit of a delay here.
Oh, so it is delayed. Okay.
Yeah, it is a little bit delayed. But so you're right. So the big games are very few far in between. This year, all like the first big game coming out this year is actually coming out tomorrow. It's Batman Arkham Shadow. Okay. And before that, there was not a single big budget game that came out. So, but for the rest of the year, we're getting some good games. We're getting 4 games in total. We're getting Batman. We're getting Metro Awakening. You're familiar with Metro, right? It was on Stadia.
Correct.
Yeah.
Correct.
And then we got Behemoth, and then we've got Alien Rogue Incursion, another good title. So it's weird that they're all. I wish that they were more dispersed throughout the year, because I can count on my fingers the games that I can say like that were really, really good, because they were all like really very indie focused games, So it's still there. It's still growing right now. The only thing that's making it stay with bigger games than that, I feel like it's Meta. MetaQuest is, they're investing a lot in VR. And this is why it's getting a lot more popularity, because they keep spending, and we keep seeing some more stuff. But yeah, so you're right. Like if you want to find the biggest game, the most fun games, you got to make your research, because you get maybe like three to 4 games like that every year. Last year we got Asgard's Wrath, we got Assassin's Creed Nexus, and then Arizona Sunshine, which we talked about. So yeah.
And I feel like people was living off of Half-Life forever. Whenever you talk to somebody about VR, it was like, Half-Life. I'm like, dude, how many? Like, is that all you gonna say? So it's cool to see a bunch of other games like Resident Evil and stuff like that because I'm a Resident Evil fan. So that was cool to see Resident Evil 4 come out in VR. I was like, oh wow. But let me do this. Let me actually play the a short snippet of Behemoth.
Nice.
I thought I could be a hero and break the curse. But I was a fool.
Fool.
And the gods that walk among us thirst for death.
I'll put you in the ground.
I thought I could be a hero. But heroes don't survive the Forsaken Lands. Only monsters do.
Now, that to me, when I seen that, I'm like, it reminds me of Shadow of the Colossus.
Yeah,
Like,
yeah.
whoa, in VR, I could climb up creatures and all that, and I could fight. So I always like games that's not as linear, meaning you got like a lot of different things you could do. So running around and fighting is cool, but also big creatures, climbing, scaling them. So when I seen that, I was like, oh wow. And they got some other really cool trailers, but I want to get a really short one. But so what I want to ask you about is, what do you think the process is when somebody say, I want to make a game in VR or not VR? Because remember one of the games, and I don't know if it ever came out, but remember everybody, not everybody, but a lot of people was doing a crowdfunding for Sky Climbers. Remember?
Yep.
Stadia, Sky Climbers was coming out. And I remember I was part of Stadia Source at the time, and we had the guy, one of the creators on, and he said this game was originally planned to be VR. And they realized that they just wouldn't make the money that they would like if it was a VR game. And I'll never forget that. I was like, oh, wow. So it's just telling me that, VR games, obviously it's going to deter some content creators or some developers from making a game for VR. Financially is the reason he gave, right? So what do you think is, also sum it up, what do you think some people decide not to make games in VR?
Yeah. Well, I mean, a lot of people don't do it in VR because mostly they don't know much about VR, right? Like there's a bigger market on flat screen and things like that. I think it'd be better if I answer why people decide to develop in VR, right? I think that's easier for me to answer. Okay. So the reason, first of all, usually the developers who start doing VR for the first time is because they're very passionate about it, right? So they want to do it because they really like VR and that's where they want their game. A second reason is because it's not a market that's been reached a lot yet. So when a game comes out, they have a lot more chance to reach the people because they don't have as many games coming out. You know how many Steam games are coming out every year on PC? It's crazy. So when you come in VR, you get maybe like 3 or 4 games a week. So it's a lot less saturated market. And yeah, so that's mostly the reason. Like, it's the potential of growing with a platform that's also growing at the same time. And we're seeing some improvement on some companies like Behemoth there. That's a company that is very well established in VR right now. They did games such as Walking Dead, Saints and Sinner, and that was also well received, and they got a lot of sales out of it. So that's one. And Metroid Awakening is the same thing. They started with like Arizona Sunshine, and it didn't age too well, but as it goes, they get more funding. So we are starting to see AAA developers in the market now, because they grow so much that they can fund that. So yeah, I think it's just the potential of being able to grow with the platform at the same time. It's like when people decide to develop on mobile games, right? Like there's so much potential over there that, and I think that it very much equals to the same kind of decisions.
I guess it's probably like the way you're explaining it, right? So when they made Fortnite, right, it was just another battle royale, right? Actually had the save the world mode, which was like a zombie mode, right? You was building to block out zombies, right? And then the battle royale mode got popular, right? And who would have thought, right? And I think a lot of companies always figure like, who knows if your game's going to be that game, right?
Yeah.
And so when you think of mobile games, right, it's, you know, you can make a simple little mobile game like a Candy Crush or whatever, right? Or look at Vampire Survivors. Like, I actually played so many hours in that game. My wife was playing it. I made videos on it, and I would have never thought I would even like the game, right? So I think the thing is VR could be like, okay, not as simple as those, you know, as that scenario, but if you could land that hit, right?
Yeah.
Because the VR is a little smaller, you know, a little smaller when you think of the platform, right? So
Yep.
if you make a successful game, that might really stand out of everything, you know?
Exactly, and it did happen with a game called Gorilla Tag. It's, you know, it's not, it's a game made for kids, but yeah, it really got popular, and they made millions out of that game. So yeah, it definitely can stand out like that for sure. You're right.
Yeah, I mean that's really cool. Now, can you get into some of the downsides? Like,
Yeah.
you know, it's a, you know, it's a lot of roses and a lot of like, I mean, it's cool, right?
Yeah.
If you could pull off a game, because VR is the ultimate way to you're in the game, right? But what's some of your like, if like, all right, let's say me or some of the viewers, right?
Yeah.
Somebody say, hey, I'm thinking about getting VR. What would you be your pros and your cons?
Yeah, for sure. So, well, the first thing is when you start, you'll get VR sickness. If you go in all out right away, it's very dangerous because you need to ease yourself in. For some reason, your brain, when you see stuff, it doesn't like it, and you get sick, you get headaches. But after a while, you get used to it. So that's one of the downside, which is fixable at least. The other downside right now is that, so, you know, Meta is the most popular VR headset right now. They did a good job. They sold tons of headset, and it's great. So the most popular headset right now is the Meta Quest 2. The Meta Quest 3 is out, but the issue with that is that the Quest 2 is not powerful at all. Like, it just doesn't have a lot of power. So, you know, because it's the most popular, everybody is developing on that platform. And so now, even with the Quest 3, even if we have more power with other games, we're getting games that are trying to be done on this inferior platform. And you know, this is a downside, because now we're getting just less powerful platform for that. But yeah, otherwise, I mean, you need to make sure that you have enough space to play, right? Depending on the game, if you play a boxing game and you know, you hit a pole and you make your hand bleeds like I did, well, it happens. It happens. I need to put some gym pad or something on that pole. It's crazy. And but yeah, no, otherwise, it's kind of like Stadia also for online. There's not a lot of people on most of the games that you're trying to play, which is really unfortunate. There are some popular games out there, but you know, it's just when there's a new game and you like it, and then there's nobody. It's just like, why do you want to?
Okay,
Why do you
makes
should you
sense.
play it? Yeah. On the top of my head, there's nothing more I can think of, but yeah, right. It all comes down to, you know, how good the games are, and it,
I got a
yeah.
question for you.
Yeah.
So, what's your thoughts between a VR headset with a cord and not with a cord? So, obviously, without a cord, you can't have as much power unless you plug in, right, to a PC or something, right?
Mhm.
But then you got something like the PlayStation VR 2 where you have to have it. Like, I played the PlayStation VR 1 and I played the Iron Man game. And that was cool, right? I felt like
Nice.
I was flying. But every time I turned and I felt the cord hit my body, then it instantly took me out of the game. I was like, oh, yeah, I'm playing a video game, right?
Yeah.
And if I want to spin all the way around, I'm wrapping myself in the cord, right? So you got something like the Quest, where it's like you have no cord, but then, you know, but then you're limited with power, is what you're saying, right? And then when you plug.
It depends, because you can do remote play, so you can just connect to your PC
Okay.
with your Wi-Fi, and it's seamless. It actually works better than plugging it in. So that's not an issue if you have
Okay,
a powerful
cool.
PC. Yeah, but
So
yeah, the cord is a downside. I did, you know, wiggle around with it a few times in a game like Thief Simulator, because you steal a lot of stuff, you move around a lot,
right.
and things like that. So it is definitely a downside, and hopefully the every headset become cordless, because without a cord, it's definitely a better experience. I agree.
Yeah. You know, I'm upset with Mr. Urban World. I feel like this chat was inspired by him.
Yeah.
You know, I feel like it's this kind of like him and his love for VR kind of had this conversation come up, and we were like, let's do it. And this guy, I text him, I called him, I'm like, where is he at? And now he's showing up. I didn't even know you guys were streaming. You know, man, you sure don't really care about VR that much.
No respect. No respect.
No respect, man. Because I would love him to ask any questions. I mean, he's the biggest fan of VR that I know. Like he has yet to shut up about VR in all the years that I met him. And yeah, 50 said Mr. Urban World lives in VR. Have you ever played a game with Mr. Urban World in VR?
No, actually, no. We should definitely hit some games sometime. I'd be interested. I don't know what you're playing actually, Urban World. I don't know what kind of games you play. I know you tagged me a few times when you want my opinion, but yeah, I don't know. I really want to know what you're playing.
No. Definitely watch it live.
No, we'll have some questions for you.
Yeah, man. But definitely, you know, I would love to hear. You know, you always try to pull. You always try to pull people into your nonsense. So I would like you to definitely, a resident VR player is here. So I would love you to some stuff, Urban. So what's your favorite VR game?
Oh, I mean, What the Bad is. I like What the Bad. It's such a silly game. I really enjoy it. Tomorrow there's a new game coming out. It's called Batman Arkham Asylum, and I got early access for it, and it's an amazing game. Really at top of there, but
that's fine. All right, guys,
it's time.
My wife has brought home Popeyes.
Let's
go.
Yeah. Okay. Man, I remember the streams where you were just like on your phone going in to get like McDonald's. That was so.
Look at my granddaughter. What? You eating? Here, say hi to everybody.
Hey.
Say hi to everybody. Look, that's Ninja Guy X.
Hey.
There you
go. What are you doing?
All right.
But yeah. So it's hard to me to figure out a game that I really like for some reason. I just you know I play them and I enjoy them, but it's not like nothing has beaten any of my favorite games on flat screen. You know, like I really love Kingdom Hearts. I love Persona. I love even Call of Duty. I haven't found anything a shooter that is as fun and entertaining as Call of Duty in VR. So for me, like VR, I almost treat it like my Game Boy. You know, a Game Boy, you like it, but you don't have like a favorite game on your Game Boy, right? So that's how
I think the thing with the Game Boy was it was just a way to play games on the go, right?
Yeah,
and not be tied to a TV. So I guess VR is a way to play games where you feel like you're in the game. But I guess, like you said, there's nothing that really grabs you. But it's crazy how much you're into it, right? Even making that statement, you know?
Yeah. I'm the worst guy to convince someone to play VR. Like I really like I said, I really enjoyed the games. It's just that it's for me it's just another console. So it's you know. Yeah.
And Urban said, what are your thoughts on Unreal Engine 5 games being playable in VR? This allows new release flat screen games to be played in VR. So wait, what's a flat screen game?
So yeah, that's the term that we use a lot in VR. Flat screen means games that you play on TV instead of VR. So, flat screen. Yeah. So okay. So there's something that's really cool. Okay. So games that are made in Unreal Engine 4 and 5, you can use a mod to inject VR in them automatically. Like you just press a button and bam, you're in VR with them. It's called UAVR. And I've been playing Octopath Traveler like that actually, and it's really fun. I think that's where he's going. So he's just saying that like Unreal Engine games are just really easy to port in VR. So to answer,
but that's a mod.
Well, you can do it as a mod. But because it's Unreal Engine, like a developer could just do a lot of the harder work with something like that, you know. What was this question? Wait, this is a new release flat screen game. What are your thoughts on Unreal game? Yeah. Right. So it's great because what I want to see is games where they release simultaneously on flat screen and VR at the same time, because it's totally doable with Unreal Engine because they could just do the hard work with these engines, and then just do the little bit of things like controller layout and things like that to do the release. So I really hope that at some point it gets so popular that we see simultaneous releases like that, and we see like flat screen games where you can play against VR people, just
Right.
like how you're playing PC people against PlayStation
Right.
people, right? It's the same. So
Yeah, because he said like RoboCop, Hard Wars, the upcoming Killing Floor 3, and any other Unreal Engine 4 and 5 enabled games.
yeah, that's awesome. Flat screen
Flat screen
games.
games are what console gamers play on televisions. The what is that?
That's the
UEVR.
mod that you can use to inject the VR game
Okay.
with Unreal. Yeah.
I've
Um,
seen people playing the new Silent Hill in VR.
oh yeah, yeah. I wonder if it works well. So when you do that, when you do the VR thing, it takes a lot out of your graphics card. So
Okay.
sometimes it can be very janky. So I'm really wondering if Silent Hill does well or not.
Mm.
Halo, yeah.
Yeah.
So Halo is the next Halo games are going to be released in the Unreal
Oh
Engine
yeah,
now.
Unreal Engine 5,
Yeah,
right.
yeah. So that's another potential for sure. Yeah, this is some interesting stuff. Middle Helsingers VR. Yeah, they just released that. I did a review on that. Go check out my video. Not trying to promote myself, but I am.
Dude, this is your time. Promote
Yeah, yeah,
away,
yeah.
man.
So yeah, Middle Hellsinger, they did an amazing job. It's really fun. Do you know that game where it's
Yeah.
very
Yeah,
okay?
with the you shooting in the mute. Yeah.
Yeah,
So
yeah,
here's the thing that's weird, right? I need to play it again. I actually downloaded the demo for a while and I think I might have deleted it. But the problem is, I played it on xCloud,
okay.
and I feel like I was like, but xCloud just isn't Stadia, right?
Yeah,
And it wasn't as smooth, and I feel like xCloud took a back step. xCloud, when Stadia was getting close to ending, xCloud actually felt really good. And I feel like when Stadia left, maybe they didn't feel like they had that neck and neck competition. It was like, whatever. Like, they still haven't upgraded. I think they said they were about to.
yeah,
But so I feel bad because when I played Metal Hellsing, I feel like it was a little sluggish. So I just wasn't hitting things where I should have, and I just had no interest. But I kind of cheated myself.
yeah.
So I probably should play it now on the PlayStation 5, at least the demo. Like I said, I downloaded the demo months ago and just never played it yet. But I really probably should check it out because
Yeah, it's I love rhythm games, but I can't play rhythm game on xCloud. It doesn't work well. It works well on GeForce Now though. GeForce Now rhythm game is not too bad, but xCloud it's tough. It's really really tough. But yeah, like when you're in VR and you got this heavy metal music and you're really into it there, you're shooting demons, and that's one of the good titles that came out recently. It's really really amazing.
Oh, wait, did Urban ask question number 2?
Yeah.
I see question number 3. I'm like, where's number 2? All right, so, maybe this is supposed to be it. Okay, now let me ask Ninja Guy VR this. What are your thoughts on watching movies, TV shows in VR, preferably big screen VR apps? So what's cool is he missed the beginning.
Yeah.
Go ahead.
Yeah. So I guess you understand what I was gonna say, but I treat VR more like a console for me. It's all about gaming. So I don't really use it for watching movies or browsing the internet or anything like that. It's not my kind of thing. It's like mixed reality, right? Like for me, mixed reality, I can explain to what it is to you, a cowboy, but I'm not too much into it because it still feel a lot gimmicky. There's a lot of people who's rushing content for it, and I don't see a lot of like good, really, really good content.
I
So
mean, AR?
yeah, exactly. So it's kind of the same thing. So you see your real world,
Right.
but then you're fighting like monsters in your room and things like
Right,
that.
yeah, augmented reality, yeah.
Yeah. What's the next
So,
question? Yeah.
the crazy thing is Urban, I know Urban, him and I go back and forth about VR, right? Because I'm always giving him a hard time.
Yeah.
And I know he just thought like you were going to be his champion. Ninja Guy VR is going to say that this is amazing and that is great, and I'm going to shut you up. But Urban, I'm just saying, I mean, he's being really real, and he's saying he likes what he likes, but it's not like it's going to take over his, you're not going to get rid of your console or PC just only for VR, right? You're doing it, you're doing it together, right? It's something you do,
just
and
like
you also enjoy your other stuff.
Yeah, and I also play it for the potential of it being better. It's getting there. Every
Right.
year we're getting better and better games. But I want to see at least like one big game a month. Like this is what
Okay.
I like. So hopefully that'll happen at some point.
Well, yeah. I mean, I guess if they had like one big game every 2 months would be good.
Yeah,
You
yeah,
know.
I'd be okay with that. Even um, I think even if they keep just 4 games a year, just disperse them properly
Right.
instead of like all of them coming out at the end of the year, I'd be totally fine with that for
Mm.
sure. Yeah.
All right. So number 3, Ninja Guy VR. What do you think of VR chat as a metaverse? It's the closest thing we have to Ready Player One at the moment, and the worlds look more realistic than Meta's actual app. So explain that because I don't know what he's talking about.
Yeah, that's a lot of gibberish, right? Yeah, no. So VR chat is a application. It's a social application where you can go in different worlds, public worlds, and then just meet people and things like that.
Mhm.
It's open source, so everybody can create worlds. And for example, one of my favorite world is a vinyl world. I can go in there. There's a vinyl store. I can pick my vinyl, play some music, and then chill with some people. It's just a really good feeling for me. It's just very nostalgic just listening to vinyl and meet up with people. Um, so this is what it is. It's kind of like a virtual world that you're going in, and there's a few apps for it. And VR Chat is the most popular, but there's a new one coming out that came and it's growing. It's called Resonite. I've tried Resonite. I've tried VR Chat. They're both very, very good. Um, I know that the Meta Horizon world is. I think it's still improving. I think it's getting there. The Avatar got an update recently, and the characters looks a lot more mature. At least it took them a while to. Yeah, they look very weird for quite some time.
Okay, hold on. Not sure
Karen,
what happened.
so yeah, no, but I agree with you. Urban World, I agree that VR chat is probably the closest of the social apps out there that makes it look like the Ready Player One. I remember thinking about that myself. I was like, you know what? If I want to compare Ready Player One, it would be with VR chat. They did the best job out there. Resonate is getting there though. They did some improvement. We're seeing some pretty cool stuff. But yeah, that's all. If you haven't tried Resonate, give it a try. It's pretty cool.
So wait, what does your avatars look like though? Your characters that's running around.
In VR chat, you can decide what you want. There's a lot of furries. There's a lot of people dressed as animals or anime characters, or you can put whatever you like. I created an avatar on my end. What's it called? It's actually called Ready Player Me. It's an app
Mhm.
where you create your own avatar. So I tried to make someone who kind of looked like me, and keeping it real. But yeah, again, it's not my kind of thing. Social things. I just rather play
Right.
games than doing
That makes sense.
anything else.
What's going on, Rock? How's it going,
Hey,
man?
Rock is in
Ron
the chat.
Slusher's in the building.
Very nice.
Um, so I was gonna say that too. When you guys talk about it, reminds me of PlayStation Home. Where
Yeah, it's exactly like
that's what it
that.
sounds
Yeah.
like.
You're
But
right.
my question was, when the graphics, like, what's the graphics of your avatar look like? Can you have realistic looking characters, or are they all like Nintendo Wii looking characters with a
Yeah.
big head?
No, you can do realistic characters. You can do very blocky characters. You can do it. It's like Ready Player One, right? You see weird characters. You see characters that look like
Oh
yourself.
wow!
Um, you if you want a good experience, you definitely want a PC with a really good graphics card
Right,
because you can have a really cool experience. But it's not going to be like realistic like real
right.
people. It's going to be. I think the best you can get is like it's like PlayStation 5 graphics, right? Like just
Okay,
a looking character like in Last of Us. You can do that.
that's cool.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean that sounds pretty cool. Is there a game you could think of that you got a trailer that you want me to show, like to
Hmm.
show off?
Yeah. That's a good one. So it's funny because Half-Life Alex is almost like the pinnacle of VR.
Okay,
There's not a lot of game that matches that
okay,
game. The I guess the trailers that I would like to show would be one of the 4 game that's coming out.
Okay.
Um, I have a lot of embargoes that I can't talk about, sadly.
Ah,
But I think Metro Awakening is the one I would like to show the most right now.
so there's the trailer for that out already.
Yep. Try no, yeah. Just find one and put it on there.
Metro Awakening VR. All right, let's see. Um, let's get a short one. All right, so check this out, guys.
Oops.
Got my popcorn shrimp as a popcorn.
Hell yeah. That's a popcorn
Stare
trailer,
into the
so
flame.
enjoy.
Think of this fire as a beacon. Its warmth, its energy. Now, focus your mind on your wife and step into the void.
I have chills. I love it, man. I love this trailer. Oh man, so much I want to talk about, but I can't. It's, yeah,
Wow.
just look out for this game when it comes out. It's insane. It's coming out early November, I think. So it's
Okay.
you don't need to wait too long.
So you were are you a big fan of the Metro series?
You know what? I barely played them. I always wanted to play them, but I never
Right.
took a lot of time. I played like about 2 hours of Metro Exodus and about an hour of the first one, 2033. I enjoyed what I played. It's just there's just too many games out there, so
That
just didn't get a chance to
that
play them a
happened
lot
to
more.
me. That happened to me. I'm kind of like if you like Mr. Urban World's always telling me, "Oh, check out this series."
Mhm.
And the first question I say is, "How many seasons are there?" And if it's like 3, 4, I'm like, it's just too much. So when I got introduced to Metro, it was like, bro, like how many games? Like Stadia had like what 4 or 5 games. I'm like, it's just too much because I kind of like to do it all, right? So it's like it's just too much for me to get into, you know?
Yeah, I get that. When someone show you a YouTube video and it's 50-minute long, it's like, man, do you really want me to take 15 minutes to watch your recommended video? No way.
Right.
Yeah,
No, yeah, that's true. I mean, that's just learning about content creation itself.
yeah.
But let me see. You could also can create your own games in these metaverse like worlds. For example, some of the games you and Sandy play can be made as free to play games in VR for all of us to play. Oh, that's kind of cool.
Yeah.
He said, does it have to be an official game or can it be a mod? I mean, I'll play a trailer of a mod as long as it's something you can get to. Now, like Ninja Guy said, maybe, everybody might not be able to play that mod depending on how powerful your PC is or not. But
Yeah.
I think Urban will buy a Tesla bot.
Oh man.
Where's all the good VR games? What's going on,
What
Maker
you
Chaos?
mean?
He said, I never watched Star Wars, but after playing in VR, I became
Ooh.
a fan. Oh, that's interesting.
Yeah.
Let me see. So Maker Chaos, with all the money you spent, you should be choosing a trailer. Yeah, let us know. Let's play a trailer. Let me see. Contractor Showdown is my
Nice.
favorite VR game. What is that?
It's a battle royale. It's very similar to
Oh, I was going
Warzone.
to ask you, is there battle royales
Yeah.
in
Very similar to Warzone. It's a quality game. It's very, very good.
Contractor Showdown?
Yeah,
He
check
would be
it
the
out.
one to play one of the real quality games.
Yeah. I'm not into battle royales though. I did play this game a little bit, but it's not for me. Unless I'd have a friend that I play a lot with, but otherwise I don't want to. I'm not too much of a fan.
Yeah, I was a big fan of VR games when they came out, when it became a craze. I was trying everything. Just today, I seen that Rim Royale was about to shut down. I was like, that was one of my favorites. I just thought it was cool how when you get shot, you turn to a chicken. So you had 3 extra chances if you could get away as a chicken. I loved how like other games you needed to steal a car, find a car, but you could just jump automatically materialize a horse to get around faster. I liked how you could have melee weapons or guns, superpowers flying in the air. Like
Cool.
it was just cool. But
Oh man, then I might need to show you another battle royale trailer after.
okay.
Because there's something
Well,
similar to that. Yeah.
in VR.
Yeah. Yeah.
Okay. Well, let's check. Well, let's check this out.
You know how I told you that the Quest 2 wasn't good in graphics? Well, for some reason they nailed this game. It looks amazing on the Quest 2 for some reason.
And it's a battle royale. That's cool as hell.
Yeah.
Okay, this is cool. I can imagine playing a battle royale with my partner. Like, I wonder if they got 2v2 like duo.
Keep pushing. Target acquired.
Yeah, they have co-op and everything. Yeah, they can go up. You can parachute everywhere.
Popping smoke.
Go, go, go. I'm gonna ask that. Are they battle royale? Wow.
Yeah, so everything is it's looking really. Oh, I'm gonna see it after. I'm getting excited. So something really cool about VR is how you do everything manually, and reloading a gun is
Right.
so satisfying because when you're in a moment of stress, you just like try to do it and you just can't do it because you're too stressed, and it's really really cool. And as a Canadian, I barely used any gun in my life. I can count on my fingers, and it's hunting guns because that's all we do here. We hunt moose. But yeah, with these games, like it feels so real. I now kind of understand the feeling of using like a MM9, or like a AK-47. I know how to reload it, and I know how it works, how to look for your bullets, and all this kind of stuff. So something, I've said a lot of not too positive stuff about VR, but something that keeps me going with VR is the immersion for sure. Like, when you start a game and you have no UI, you don't know what your health is. You don't know how bullets you have until you take out your clip. You actually check your clip. Do I have any bullets? And then put it back and shoot, and things like that. So that's the one thing where I miss when I play a flat screen game, just the immersion of actually being the guy doing stuff. So
Wow.
yeah.
Now, that sounds pretty cool. It's almost like the way you explain that is pretty amazing. Let's see, my son loves Gorilla Tag.
Yeah, that's a popular one.
You already know I love Battle Royale, Cowboy. I had to find one. I know you had to. Now, let's see. My favorite VR game of all time is still on PlayStation VR 2, and that's Switchback 2. Man, I just loved it. And the OLED lens made it even better. But I wish it was multiplayer. So, Urban, isn't that the game you really want to get? And I thought you seen ISO playing it, and then you decided not to. Also, you know what game was really cool in VR? So I went to my mom's house, and my niece. I made a video of this. Okay. My niece was playing, and it was on Stadia. What's that game called? This is like perfect for VR. When you move and move slow.
Oh yeah.
Slow.
Super
I
hot.
think the DLC was called like Delete or something. Well,
Yeah, mind
super
control
hot.
delete. Yeah, yeah.
Yeah, dude, that was because I'm moving myself and I'm watching bullets come, and I slow down and watch a bullet go by me. Like, talk about feeling like the Matrix. Now, granted, the graphics wasn't stellar, but in that game it didn't need to be because it was
Yeah.
pretty much of what you can do.
It's the
And
style that they choose. Yeah.
yeah, that was that. What's the name of the game again? It's
It's super hot.
Super Hot, right? Yeah,
Yeah.
that was really cool. That was probably my best VR experience. Like, the Iron Man thing was cool, but again, it was really cool. But it was all I was really doing was flying around,
Yeah.
And like I said, when the cord hit me, but my niece had a MetaQuest too, and so it was just no wires, and that was really cool.
That's cool.
Really cool.
Yeah, so Super Hot was my second game that I finished in VR.
Mhm.
It was really good. And
Okay.
these games, they're easy to play as first games because you don't move around. So, you just move yourself and
Right.
you don't need to use your joystick to move and anything. So it's not hard on the brain. But
Mhm.
the third game, I decided to play the game that's the worst in getting VR sickness, and I was like, you know what? I'm just gonna tough it up, and it's gonna be it. So I toughed it up, and then I got really really used to VR very quickly after playing this one, and it's called Jupiter Grad, and I want to show you a trailer of this one, and you'll know exactly why it's really hard on the brain in
Okay.
VR. It's
Yeah,
it's
pull it up. Did you want to share it, or you want me to
oh, I
pull it
can
up?
share it. Yeah, no problem.
Okay, cool. And what's up, Windstar? I haven't seen you in a while, man. It's good to see you pop in.
Hey, Winstar,
You must
welcome.
be here for the X.
Man, it's been a while since we talked. I'm sure you're still gaming, doing some good mobile gaming and some good JRPGs. I know you'll never give up that. You're the kind of guy that I look at and I know that you're just never gonna stop playing those kind of games. All right, let's see. Is this a good trailer? Yeah, that's a
Yeah, I remember the roller coaster horror game. I could have sworn that's what it was.
oh my gosh, my screen is French. Uh understand. Let's see. Share audio. There you
All right, bam.
go. So don't play this game when you start VR.
Oh wow.
So it might be hard to tell with the lag that you're probably seeing, but
So wait. Well, your friend will come back. I know it was fine. I think everybody was able to actually see it fine. Yeah, actually looks fine, but I'm sure he'll pop back in, guys. We also got regular stuff to get to as well. Ninja guy, actually, it looked fine actually. When I was
oh,
looking at
good.
it on what people could see, it was fine.
Yeah. Okay, great. Yeah, I pressed the wrong button. I'm sharing my screen, but yeah, no. So it's kind of like Spider-Man. You have these plungers that you shoot, and you have to swing around everywhere, and yeah, it's really really hard on the brain at first. I got sick a lot playing this
Wow.
game. Yeah, yeah.
Did you ever get so sick that you were like, I'm not playing this game?
Well, yeah. When you get sick, you gotta stop. You gotta stop almost for the day because it's not gonna get better.
Wow.
You're not healing. So I never had to a point where I just decided to stop the game to forever. But I did have to stop for a whole day once, a few times, before I start back the game.
Wow, that's interesting.
Yeah. So Switchback too. Yeah, Urban. This is so their first game was called Until Dawn, Rush of Blood. So that was on PSVR 1. It was one of the first game that came out. And Switchback is the sequel on PSVR 2. Interesting that it's one of your favorite games. Is that what I saw?
That's what he said.
Favorite VR game, Switchback. That's interesting. I haven't heard a lot of people saying that it's their favorite game. A lot of people are saying that it's not as good as Rush of Blood as the first game. So it's cool hearing that from you.
Check it out. Let's go!
Hell yeah!
I'm gonna get so much strikes on this video. I'm just letting it out.
Someone is coming
Right.
to help.
Now, Urban, I need you to tell us why you like that game so much.
Yeah,
because
that'd be interesting.
Yeah, because you've been in the VR so much. What makes this game your favorite? It looks so much better when we're in a headset. The OLED makes it look incredible, and I was generally terrified. Aircat said the Saints and Sinners is accurate like Mafia 3.
Cool. Wait, accurate? There's zombies in Saints and Sinners. That's not accurate.
Well, I guess maybe he means accurate to Walking Dead.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah, that makes sense.
That's playing.
Ooh.
I saw the band live. Okay, that's cool. But yeah, Urban, we kind of want to know about your thoughts. Now, one thing I want to get into you and wind it down a little bit, because I know FCAT's been in the back from the beginning. And he's been waiting to go over his news, but this was special for me, and so I wanted to spare no expense, no time. In a moment, somebody's gonna knock on your door. I got the girls coming by. They're gonna be dancing, swinging on the poles, and making it rain. So just hold on. I might have to go off screen when all of that happens. There, yeah. Let's go. What's your talk to me about content creation, man? Catch me up to speed with content creation. From you said you doubled what you were doing. What's your thoughts? What's different?
Yeah.
Before we were streaming cloud, and so I remember I had to, just from streaming, like learning, like, I had to use OBS or trying to use these other stuff like I'm using now, Melon, which now is called Talk Studio. And so what are you using? I see you got a cool microphone,
I always had that microphone, even during the Stadia time. But it's cool. VR, it really helped me a lot. For people who are watching my content, they notice that my thumbnails are better. I did get some improvement in my reviews. What happened is that in the MetaQuest Creator Program, people are helping each other a lot. So I'm going to put my thumbnail in there, and people are not going to be scared. They're just going to go ahead and tell me exactly what's wrong with it and what I need to improve. And I like that. I don't want people to, oh yeah, it looks good. I don't want that.
Right.
I want people to tell me what's wrong, and I want to improve. I want to improve all the time. So that helps a lot. The better thumbnails really help, and then my content is way better. Also, just watching wise, just better flow. So that's helping a lot. It's starting to feel, like a little bit of a family. I'm meeting a lot of people, just like in Stadia, people that I enjoy talking about. And I after Stadia, I switched to a lot of stuff. I started doing Netflix games. I started doing just indie games and interviews and stuff like that. But I don't think I'm going to switch back. As long as VR is there, I'll keep making content because I feel like I'm growing at the same time as the business. I'm catching up with other content creators, trying, and then, that's what I want to do. I want to try to become big. That'd be pretty cool. Eventually, if I can keep it as a side job and do some interesting stuff and that people would like me. So, I'll keep improving and I'll keep having fun.
You interviewing developers at one point?
Yeah, and I still do, but only VR developers now.
Okay.
Actually, I wanted to wear a tie for today. I've completely forgot about that because I wear a tie during my interviews. But
okay,
yeah,
cool. Man, that's cool, man. I just love meeting you when I met you, seeing where you are today. You're the same cool guy. And
man, yeah, I changed a lot. I changed. If you would see me on your first appearance, I was so shy, wasn't used to like doing stuff on camera, right? So yeah.
Right. Yeah, definitely. It's your world now.
Yeah.
I think also when you step into the point where you're going to interview people, like you kind of have to be like, okay, I gotta somehow keep this thing moving, right? And so you did that, done that. So that's great.
So we both know John Scar, and John Scar is right. Yeah, Four Scars Gaming. He's the reason I'm doing this. I gotta thank him. He was almost like a father raising me to be content creator. He gave me so many tricks at first. He helped me so much, and one of the reason why I did interviews is because when Stadia closed and we were doing Stadium Connect North, that's the one thing that I really, really enjoy doing interviews with developers. Right. And I just didn't want to quit doing that. So I just kept doing it.
You guys are doing it on Fridays.
Yeah. And I still talk to John very often. He's such a good friend of mine now, just like you. We don't talk as much, but I feel
it's
the
like
same. Big family. Yeah. If we don't talk for 2 years and I'm like, Cowboy, I'm going to pay your trip. I need you here right now. Help me out with something. You wouldn't bat an eye and you'd come, right?
Did so I actually drove to Connecticut and met Rudigs in person. So
that's so cool.
So I drove.
I saw your clip there with also with Purple Star and Purple A's and all of these guys.
Yeah, I met Purple. I met Holtz. I met Cherry Man Gaming. I met Rudigs. I met Doc Dark. I met TK9. Like I was making a thing where I just wanted to meet as many people as I can. Like if you're going to be in my ear, I met Maker of Chaos.
Oh my gosh, that's so cool.
Maker of Chaos is the only person that ever came to my house out of the content creators. So I went and met him at the Philadelphia airport. He came back to my house. I interviewed him like at my house. He had a Philly cheesesteak, but in Jersey. Yeah. And his mom was from where I grew up at. So I took him around the city, drove him around so he could kind of see where his mom grew up.
Wait, what state are you in, Cowboy?
I'm in New Jersey.
New Jersey. It's not that. We started going in US a few times, and once in a while. I don't know how far New Jersey is from.
So it depends on. So if you're by like I guess Niagara Falls area, that's not that far from me. But I know there's another part of Canada that's like goes I guess that way, and it's like a lot further from me. So here's the thing. I'm selling my house on November 15th, and we're moving to Florida.
Oh, so Florida. Well, that's way.
Yeah, that's gonna be far. So, dude, if you can make something happen, I would be willing to try to fit in to try to meet you or something, man.
Yeah. Let's see here. My
passport isn't good anymore, so.
Yeah, no, I'll come see you. But yeah, it's kind of far. I have too much hope, but it's.
But how close are you to New York?
New York is very close. It's wait, let me check. It's probably like an 8-hour drive from home, so it's possible. But to Florida, it's like a 20-some.
No. I mean Jersey. So me being in Jersey,
let me check.
New York isn't far from me at all. So it all depends on what part of New York.
Okay.
Because I could come to New York.
Yeah, it's 11 hours from New Jersey. So yeah, New York. We want to go to New York at some point, but I don't think we plan on going anytime soon. So
okay, gotcha.
Yeah.
Okay.
We went to Boston in May. That was pretty fun.
Oh wow! Look, Ron said he'll be in Vancouver on Saturday.
Oh, that's like quite like the complete opposite from where it's like you are from California, so
Oh wow.
that wouldn't work. Yeah.
Let me see what Urban is saying. Hold up. Let me get back to the chat. Let me see. Let me see. Said no, accurate to Nolans. Oh, he means to where he lives at. What FCAT was saying is he lives in Louisiana. So whenever they have like a game around his area, he's always wondering what's accurate. So you're saying like the Saints and Sinners are pretty accurate when it comes to the city it was supposed to be in.
Oh, right. That was in New Orleans. That's true.
Yeah,
Yeah.
that's
I
pretty
wonder,
good.
does FCAT know a little bit of French? I wonder, because over there's some French people.
I don't know that. Well, I know he was mad at the accent that Channing Tatum was doing in the Wolverine and Deadpool because it wasn't a good New Orleans accent.
That's funny.
Urban said, "I feel VR is the best platform for horror, and
Oh
being
yeah.
immersed in a carnival like horror isn't available anywhere else. Plus, I'm a fan of Killer Clowns from Outer Space. This gives
Ah,
me the vibe. I didn't
that's
realize
true.
you're a fan of Killer Clowns, so I'm a huge Killer Clowns from Outer Space fan. I bought the game day one, the new game, and I didn't realize that, Urban. Let me see. Plus the feature where you're in a room and if you blink, the headset notices
Oh
and
yeah, that's
makes the game
crazy.
even more complicated. Filling the room with more monsters. That's crazy. That sounds crazy. Plus, hold up. Let me see. He said, "It's a lot, man, but it's my favorite. Nowhere else can you play a first-person shooter that's terrifying while on a roller coaster. That is great, and it looked like they allowed you to get off the roller coaster a bit too.
Wow.
Gambit was the Cajun guy in Waterboy. All right, so with that being said, man, I think we covered a lot of VR. Is there anything we're missing? Anything else you want to bring up before I bring on FCAT and we could go into? And you're welcome to stay a little bit longer if you want, but we're gonna bring up like regular gaming news in general. But
Yeah.
anything else we need to get to?
No, but yeah, not just to reflect to what Urban says, VR is definitely different, in VR because when you play it on flat screen, it's not too bad because you can look away and
Right.
it's not, but when you're in VR, you're stuck in there unless you pull off your mask, So when it happens, I think in the first time of my life, I splurted out some because it's just crazy. But no, yeah, I'll stay for another like half an hour. I
Okay.
got some time, so yeah, if you want to still have me for sure.
Dude, definitely. Well, guys, Ninja Guy X, let's thank him very much for being here. All the info he gave us, it pinned to the chat is the link to his channel. Definitely check him out. I'm even more got a little more itch to see more VR stuff. So now I'm gonna be definitely checking out some more of your content because I really appreciate you being honest. Like you do a lot of like your focus is VR, but you said, listen, it's you like it but it's definitely not like the end all be all. But at the end of the day, it's getting better and better, and more games are coming. And so I think that was really good. I think being really honest, that you did was really great. And it's just a pleasure talking to you. You're always fun person, and I just know so much stuff that we had in the Stadia
Yeah.
days and like tournaments and just the camaraderie and
Oh
just
man.
it
Yeah.
was good times, man.
Mortal
Just
Kombat, man, that was really fun too. The Mortal
oh
Kombat
man, I
tournaments.
still
Yeah,
I
yeah.
still need my rematch.
Oh yeah, yeah. Yeah, yeah.
I was like, oh man, Ninja Guy put the pieces to me. I want my rematch.
Yeah.
Did you play the new Mortal Kombat 1?
Oh no, man. I want to. It's just when I'm into Mortal Kombat, I'm really into it, right? So
Okay.
I gotta make sure that I have some time to when I
Yeah.
play. Yeah.
No, that's fair. That's fair. It's crazy because I'm not into fighting games as much as I used to be.
Mhm.
I'm starting to get tired of the loop being every like if I turn on Mortal Kombat and if I turn on Tekken, if I turn on Street Fighter, it's the same. Meaning
Yeah.
the way to win is learn the longest combo, block, knock somebody in the air, and do that
Yeah.
combo. And so when I play one game to the next game, I feel like it's the same thing because that
Yes.
now that's the loop. You
So
know,
it in Mortal Kombat, I feel like it's the worst game because the combos change so much. It's so different compared to Street Fighter. Street Fighter,
right?
I can jump in the new game and still like there's still
Mhm.
some stuff that are the same, right? So Mortal Kombat is pretty bad for that for sure.
Yeah. No, I'm okay, Urban. You don't have to rent me a headset. I appreciate it, though. What I do, though, what I didn't ask you yet, have you ever tried the Apple Vision Pro? I heard
Oh
that
man.
was amazing. Now, not for gaming, but a buddy of mine's, he said him and his wife, they bought one, and I think it's like $3,500 or whatever. But he bought one and he played it. He said they have like a thing where you could put like a video or something of, let's say, a loved one that passed away, and it's like you're there talking to them, and it's you can record it, and so it's always going to be there, and you could just walk in and walk. He said like it looks so, everything was so real. So,
Yeah.
but he said the problem is it's not much for gaming though. He said the gaming was very minuscule. So he said he returned it and he bought a Meta Quest 3. And he said that was
Nice.
cool for him because that was, it was like gaming, right?
Yeah.
But have you tried it?
No, I didn't get a chance to. I didn't know anybody who had it, and I live in the middle of nowhere, so I don't even know if there were any to try around here. So
Okay.
that's unfortunate. Playing videos of past is kind of a whole new conversation because I feel like it's so weird that you would just play, and like I don't know, like touch your kid that passed away. Like I don't know how.
Right.
But that's another subject, But
Yeah, that's another, yeah.
yeah,
But that
no,
would definitely be pretty crazy.
Yeah.
Let me see. That's all I have to say on this topic. Let me see. Definitely clapping for Ninja. Crazy how so many streams were made for me and I only appear in Discord. What's wrong with me? I know, Urban. Come on, man. I will say this. Urban is the most interesting person I've met on my journey with YouTube. He became a legit friend. He's like, always tell me like what shows to watch. I watch so many shows because of his recommendations. He's also like, we battle so much in certain video games. We trash talk each other. He is like the true definition of like having a like out of this world experience, like meeting somebody that's like, and he's so interesting, right? Like like I feel like I'm a little crazy, zany, but Urban is so like into like the weirdest stuff, and he always keep me on my toes. I never know when Urban's gonna post some video in a chat. I'm like, what are you talking about? He's into so much future stuff. Like I always want to give a shout out to him. Is that like he definitely makes doing content like very interesting. And I appreciate him so much. And he supported me so much. He shared so many of my streams. There was a time when I was into Stadia and I was on Stadia Source. He used to come and just donate like crazy to their channel just to kind of make me a little more popular. He wasn't donating to me, but he was donating on my behalf. And it was just, people was like, oh, people recognize me more. Like, oh, Cowboy is friends here or whatever. And so I definitely want to take that time to just say, I give Urban hell. But that's a Jersey thing. We like you, we're gonna mess with you, and so I'm always messing with him. I'm always trying to call him out for his nonsense, but just a cool guy. So we want to say thank you for tuning in because this definitely started because of him. You know what I mean? Yeah. And I'm glad you was like, dude, let's do it, and how fast you were able to do it, which was really cool.
Wow.
But with that being said, guys, let's give Ninja Guy X his flowers. Let's go. Oh, yeah. All right, cut it. Now, with that being said, let's bring in none other than F the Cat is in the building. Let's go. Yo. F Cat, what's up, man? I'm sorry to have you back there for so long, man, but I just felt like me and Ninja, we haven't kicked it off in so long, and I just really want to give him his proper due. You know what I mean?
How you been, FCAT? It's been a while too. We did a few conversation once in a while, so yeah. Nice seeing you back.
Yeah, I mutilated you in June 2016.
Oh yeah! Oh my god, that was a fun time. Yeah.
On Stadia.
Oh yeah, yeah. You were there pretty often during my Wednesday streams. That was really fun.
Yep.
Yeah, I was man, Doom Eternal was my 2020 game of the year. That was my game.
Oh man.
Yeah, I'm a big Doom fan.
Oh yeah.
Yeah. But let's pull it up the screen. So FCAT. Where are we going with this now? So did you now correct me if I'm wrong. This game is out now. It said you played it for 4 hours, right?
Yep.
So
Which is about the time that I gave up on Star Wars Outlaws.
okay. So
And
what?
So this basically, the way I see it, this is basically Star Wars Outlaws mixed with Banishers, Ghosts of New Eden.
Okay.
What
Now,
I mean by
Ninja
that
Guy, are
is
you familiar with this game,
has-
Unknown 9?
Not at all. I'm very surprised that I've never heard about it. So I'm very curious.
So what it has is basically Star Wars' Outlaws' stealth stuff. And when you do the combat stuff, it's got, the punching and all with the magic and stuff like that. So it's kind of like you're playing as the ghost chick from Banishers.
So we also have a saying,
Cowboy
Ninja
knows
Guy.
what I'm talking about.
So Ninja Guy, we have a saying. Whenever FCAT likes a game, it's going to be not a good game. Or it's going to be reviewed very low.
Yeah.
However, the game Banishers Ghost of New Eden, I only played it because of FCAT, and it's my game of the year. So, but it is different. It's not the greatest game ever, but it just has a really good story. It's just a really good, complete game together. So, so this is the next FCAT game.
So the reviews are actually good on PlayStation. On Xbox, there's only like 3 reviews, but I'm pretty sure this game looks pretty bad on Series S because, as you can tell, just like in the trailers, the graphics are quite bad. Like they call it PS3 graphics.
Oh God, that's bad.
You're also streaming it too. So and then this service is also cloud. So you're trying to stream your remote playing into cloud.
On PC, of course, the reviews are bad because the PC version isn't running quite well on a lot of people's like rigs and stuff. Also, it has Sweet Baby Inc. Affiliation in this game, so they kind of marked that in their little curator.
I'm pretty sure Ninja Guy is like, what the hell is Sweet Baby Inc? You know what, FCAT, don't even explain.
There's this new movement against wokeness in gaming.
Oh God, yeah, I heard about that. Oh my God, the people who like decide that something like that is popular to talk about, like, I don't care. Like the game is fun. The game is fun. Like, do whatever you want.
So what I kept saying is I don't pay attention to that stuff. So for me, I wouldn't even know unless somebody told me. I just play a game because I see a cool looking trailer or if somebody recommended.
So as you can see, there's in-game cinematics. There's a lot of these in-game cinematics. So I think that's probably why the PlayStation crowd liked it.
Okay.
Also, it's kind of reminiscent to Uncharted.
Yeah, she kind of looked like the one girl on Uncharted a little bit. I think her name was Chloe.
It kind of reminds me a little bit of Forspoken also. But I mean, not exactly. But what do you think? Did you get a chance to play that one?
Yeah, it's a little Forspoken-ish because she also gets magic cuffs or whatever.
So Forspoken was my 2023 game of the year. I love Forspoken to death. Cool. Yeah, that was my favorite game last year, man.
Wow.
Everybody knows oh man, that's his game. Yeah.
Did you get a chance to play Final Fantasy 16 yet, Cowboy?
I played it.
I just wanted to show you all the beginning. I didn't want to show you where I was in the game, where I am exactly in the game, but this is the beginning.
That's beautiful. Wow.
I had a love-hate relationship with Final Fantasy 16, actually.
Interesting. Because it's from the same engine, right? So
like the environment in this game, the environment looks great, but like your characters and the other characters look horrible.
Yeah, I noticed that. Yeah, the characters is not like crazy.
Yeah.
But yeah, that people are hating on this because you have to play as a girl.
Wait, I think on Discord you guys were talking about that, right? You were like, oh, the Banishers lady part was so boring or something like that. So this will be boring.
Well, yeah. So the ghost So the guy's combat. So my favorite part of a video game is combat. I break down 3 things in a game: the story, the gameplay, and the graphics. Right. So I feel like story could be amazing, but eventually, once you see the story, do the story, it's not going to be what makes you come back to the game. Right. For me, the graphics could be the best you ever seen, but after playing it and your eyes are fixated on it, you kind of forget how good a game looks. What you're left with is the actual what you're doing, the gameplay. So in Banishers, the story kicked off so good. I was like, whoa, right?
Yeah.
But the gameplay, the combat was
story and the
basic,
dialogue,
and then it got better and better.
Is fine. Like it's straight. Like
okay.
It's just.
Okay, why are you showing us nothing? Nothing's happening, man.
No,
well,
I see it.
This is the beginning.
Oh, you mean okay.
No, I mean he's like no fighting, no nothing.
It's just walking.
It's literally the beginning of the game.
Yeah, nobody want to see the beginning of the game. We want you to show it off.
Show us a big creature you're fighting, or
well,
right?
That's the thing about this game. Like, once you have to learn like all the buttons and all your abilities and whatnot, and you have to remember them because it does not tell you again what buttons to push.
So why you just didn't take us where you left off? You know, just to kind of like show it off.
Want me to show you where I am in the game?
Yeah.
All right.
Like, and we're obviously not gonna sit here and watch the whole game, so just show us like a little, you know,
some action.
Yeah.
But yeah,
I would love to get into a talk with you, Ninja Guy, about Final Fantasy 16.
Bad. Yeah. It's not a bad game. A lot of people on PC, on Steam, got this for free with a graphics card.
Ooh.
So they decided they were like, "Oh, it's free, so I'm gonna bash it."
I got Black Myth Wukong with my graphics card. I didn't get a chance to try it yet though, but it looks super fun.
It's good. It's tough though.
Yeah, I have no time to play flat screen game lately. It's just VR has really surrounded me with everything. Yeah.
So I get to play a lot of games. I know you guys don't have this in Canada, but I rent.
Oh yeah, GameFly. Let's go.
So so whenever you mention, did you play that? Did you play that? Chances are I played it because I just like to play games. Like I'll rent some games that I don't really think I'm gonna like, but I just want to check it out. You know,
I like it. And you know, with their program that I'm at with Meta, I have access to all the games. So it's just like, oh, that's so fun. Just, you know, experience.
That's cool.
That's what I like. I think you're the same, Cowboy. I just like to know games, you know, like just acknowledge of you know, just having a conversation with someone without looking up the internet, just talking straight up about what's fun about the game and stuff. Yeah.
So how you mentioned Final Fantasy, you mentioned, you know, everything you mentioned, I was like, oh yeah, I did play that. I did play it. Like, I just kind of like the same thing. I just like to, if we're having a conversation, I kind of want to say I tried it at least, you know?
Yeah.
Or I know of it, right?
Yeah.
All right, here we go. Let's go.
Let's go.
Like my current game I'm renting right now is Flintlock.
I heard that.
It was a game that was on Game Pass.
Let me check.
It's like about it's a girl and she got like powers and stuff.
A girl? Ah, man.
Yeah. All these games with girls with powers, right?
Yeah. Ah, man, the thing is, so I see that, and I see that like all AAA companies are doing games like this. It's just so hard to keep up now, you know? Like it's just like I haven't played Forspoken yet, but if I play it today, I don't feel like I'm missing out on future games.
See, what's cool about Forspoken that I feel like separates it.
Yeah.
One, I can't remember last time Warhammer, but I can't remember the other last time I played a game that has that many enemies on the screen. I mean, Forspoken, it's like 40 enemies just rush you. You know, Space Hammer, Space Hammer.
Dark Tide?
Yeah, no, well the new one, Warhammer, 40,000.
Marine, yeah,
Space Marines. Space Marines 2. Yeah. That has like 100 characters on the screen, right?
That's cool.
What separates it is definitely Forspoken, like the magic you could do, and like certain games you use magic and then you gotta reload, like you gotta wait for it to build back up. But Forspoken, you have so much magic to your access. You use this and switch to this, and it's just all this magic and explosions and lightning and water splashing. It's just like it's overwhelming, like how amazing it gets.
It's just a fluent combat where you never have to stop. I love that.
Yeah, it's wild. And I will say this, people are gonna talk trash about me, but
Oh
I
boy.
play everything on easy.
Oh.
Yeah, I know. I know you're the guy that like to play the hardest games,
Always.
but after playing games for so long, I just want to play the gameplay. You know, like when some people beat a game and then they want new game plus, so they could get everything they got from the end of the game and be all powerful. I'm like, dude, just put it on easy and you could be all powerful from the beginning, or as powerful as you could be. So for me, I play games on easy and I get to really just feel like as powerful as I can at the game allows you, and not have it like too hard. And
So
also,
as
it
you
don't
can
take
see,
me
it's quite
forever.
janky, and once you're caught, like once you're seen, like everybody comes after you. And,
oh god.
Oh wow. How do you do that thing where you
Whoa. Oh, I thought you were reviving
where
or
you did
something.
the steps.
Yeah, I thought that too.
So your power meter has to be all the way up for that.
Okay. Did you just like come back to life? Is that like the what it looks like when she dies?
Yeah, that's what it looks like when she dies.
Okay. Was it supposed to be like her spirit coming back or something?
Let me see if I can try to do this step thing. Yeah, I'm on my way, dude.
For me, the thing is when it's too easy, you know, I don't watch movies, I don't watch TV because I find that there's not there's no interaction, and I kind of get bored. You know, I don't know. I need interaction. So my games, I like to play them hard because it keeps me awake. You know, like, oh, okay, so I really got to concentrate on that part. Oh, I really got to do this the right way, and that's what I need. I need like motivation. For some reason I need like always something keeps me going. Yeah,
the stimulation.
Yeah, that's the word I was looking for. Yeah.
So you know why I like easy stuff? I actually like feeling overpowered. I like feeling like I'm a superhero or something. I'm super powerful, like the Hulk, right? If I turn to the Hulk, not many people are gonna be able to contend with me. I'm just gonna be able to, like, I could fight a bunch of enemies at one time. Feel like they have to overrun me for me to feel like, you know, I'm desperate or I gotta run, right? So I like that feeling, you know. So for me, over time, I just realized, like, you know what? I kind of like just putting the game on easy, and I feel like powerful, and then, you know.
I like that. I like that because I understand, because it kind of breaks the immersion. So let's say you're playing the Hulk and you die. It's just like, wait, that's not the Hulk. Like, why did I just die, right?
Right.
Yeah. For me, it started actually with Ninja Gaiden on Xbox. So
those games were hard.
And it was so hard on normal difficulty. And but I just pushed through. I pushed through, and I ended up finishing it. And then when I jumped to another game, it was too easy. I was like, what the hell? Like, what do I do now? Like, these games are just too easy now. And that's when I just decided, you know what, I'm just going to put it on hard and enjoy it as much as Ninja Gaiden.
Yeah, Ninja Gaiden, man, I was a big fan of all of those. I beat all the Ninja Gaidens. I mean, I used to play games super hard, right? I used to have that same mentality. I'm 48 now, you know what I mean? Like, I've been playing games for a long time. I'm kind of like, I don't have like, I got so much going on in my life. And like you said, you could only play VR games. So for me, I'm like, dude, if I don't put games on easy, it's going to take me way longer to beat them, to get the next game. It's kind of like I'm getting a chance. I'm cutting corners, right? I'm getting a chance to speed up
That's
my
why I don't want to
gameplay.
play this part, because it's this part I'm stuck on.
Yeah.
All right. Well, I mean, you definitely got to show the game. I mean, we're not trying to watch you beat the whole game. Also, you know, you could take off the part that says remote play, right? So you could go, I think it's in the bottom corner or the top corner. You click on it and it makes it just a full screen.
All right.
Not like that.
Yeah, not like that. But so yeah, what else you got? Maybe you got some topics Ninja Guy could weigh in on before he leaves. What's your news stories for today? Let's pull this up. Ninja Guy. So FCat, he brings a lot to the table as far as like I always tell everybody, you could talk about whatever you want. I'll put a video, whatever. But FCat, every week he's like, dude, I got stuff I want to talk about. So I'm like, cool. So I made a thing called FCat News Report. So when FCat comes up, he always got some topics. And I don't like every topic he has, but hey, it's unfiltered, you know.
I was curious about that. I saw that on the Discord and I was like, what is this picture about? So I'm happy to see that.
Yeah, So he'll usually do this where it's kind of like stuff he wants to talk about. He'll have a little thumbnail. I told him if he start making a thumbnail, you know, in the long ways, I would put it, but apparently this is all he does. So I was like, all right, cool. Well, this is cool that he pulls it up like this, and then we could go into it. So what's the deal with the you said the biggest update ever? So what's the deal with the quantum error? Is that what you're doing first?
So yeah, so people like we were talking about Unknown 9. It's they're calling it biggest gaming disappointment.
Oh my gosh.
Since Concord.
Concord. Oh, that's not even a bad game. Come on.
Craziness, huh?
There's a lot of talks if Concord is coming back. Rudig's, he really thinks they're gonna bring it back free to play, but that's another conversation.
Yeah, let's move on from this because I don't want to get into the whole woke stuff. So yeah, 2K 31st Union announced new hero shooter Project Ethos third-person hero extraction shooter.
Interesting.
These are very popular game types nowadays. We hear a lot of people working on games like that.
Yeah. But I feel like the hero shooter genre seems like it's hard for you to cut out. Like pretty much you got damn, why can't I think of the name? What is it called again? Overwatch. Yeah. So Overwatch. And then the Marvel Rival looks really cool because I'm more into third person than first person. Yeah. So I'd be interested to see what that's going to be like.
Yeah.
What's your particular, I mean, you like VR, but what's your thoughts between third person and first person, Ninja?
Oh man, they're both fun, really fun, depending on the game. I mean, if they nail it, then they nailed it, right? There's a game that's kind of like Mario, like Super Mario 64, where you're like in third person and you're controlling your guy, and it's as fun as like being in first person and shooting people, you know?
Look, Rudig, as soon as I said Concord, I said Rudig said he think it's coming back, and bam, there he is.
Yeah.
Oh, man. You must be bringing the Canadians out, man.
He's been summoned.
Concord ain't coming back, man.
I don't think so. But what about you? Do you think it's coming back?
No.
Ninja?
Yeah, I think so. I mean, they spent so much money. They can't just like leave it. It's so much money. But
reason why is not coming back. Sorry, FCAT. Let me answer this real quick. I think it's more about saving money, right? I think in order for it to come back, they have to revamp it, and you'll have to spend more money to bring it back. And then if you bring it again, gaming is also a talk of the town, who's who, this and that, right? If you bring it back and the player numbers are even lower, that's gonna look really bad. I almost feel like it's one of the things where you save face. You just say, you know what, we lost 200, 300, whatever the number is, and just leave it alone. Because again, if you bring it back and it still does bad, oh man, that's even worse. So what's your thoughts on that?
Yeah.
I would be afraid to bring it back. That it did so bad. Now maybe they might be like, well, people will play it, but how many? And then remember, if it's free to play, then somehow you got to make revenue, right?
Yeah.
So you're gonna bring back this game that didn't do well as free to play, and then add like cosmetics and stuff for people to buy? Or people gonna be like, what? But then you can't expect it to be fully free, right? Like, I don't know. It's a hard one. But what's your thoughts on why you think they bring it back?
Well, yeah. I mean, you got a good point. You know what? I'm speechless. You got a really good point. Honestly, because I feel like they're going to bring it back because they have no choice. Because you know it's a game. Some people want it. You know, there's a player base, and if they can bring it free to play without a lot of effort, then with purchase and stuff, there's a chance they can make that. That's what they plan on doing, making at least a little bit of money back, right? Because it's all about the investors, and they all want to try to make money, and if they can try to salvage it, then
the thing is too, you gotta remember these are businesses, right? And they also have a certain amount of money they can lose. So don't forget, we often think like, oh no, they lost so much money, but remember, it's just like me having a business, right? I can at the end of the year, I actually there's write-offs, right? So don't think Sony didn't write this game off, probably, or some of the investors, right? There's a certain amount that you can lose as a business, right? Actually, the more you lose, the more money you actually make, right? They actually tell you in a business, like, you want to write off the much as you can, right, to offset that amount that you're going to pay for. So let's not think like, oh man, they lost so much money. It's like, they're a business, like
let's get back to this game.
All right, sorry about that, Ninja. I could totally talk to you about
rest in peace.
Okay.
But yeah, this
Let's let the
game
game
just like with Concord, it's gonna be delivered in a saturated market of these kind of games. I mean, we just got off the grid. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Off the grid's out
yeah,
there.
I mean, well, off the grid is a.
And you got games shutting down left and right, like you mentioned earlier, Cowboy, and unfortunately, High Res Studios is shutting down Realm Royale and Divine Knockout in February.
Divine
Knockout. I really liked Realm Royale, man. But honestly, think about it. I like Realm Royale so much, but guess what I'm playing now? Fortnite. So it just shows you got to somehow have that game that had that niche, and Fortnite found it. You know, they just sucked me in, and I ain't played Fortnite in years, right? And now I'm playing it doing a stream on it every week, and now my wife plays it. But
when I first saw this, I was like, who's playing like games like Paladins or Rogue Company? Like right now.
Yeah, it's a good market to go in because it's so popular, right? Battle royales, like everybody plays. But at the same time, it's so saturated, so it's still a big risk. It's such a big risk to get into that. It's so easy to not make money. It's crazy, like how Helldivers and Pal World did so good this year, and they're just like third-party developers making games, indie games. But then we see like first party, like I don't know, there's a Square Enix game where it's kind of like Splatoon. I don't remember the name. But we don't even hear about that game anymore.
Oh, you're talking about the one for PlayStation?
Yeah,
Foam Stars.
Yeah, that's the one. Yeah, they have good music.
You know what's funny? Now that's actually going to free to play.
Oh my gosh!
It already is free.
It's so hard.
It's free to play now.
Yeah,
wow,
it already is free.
So hard to get in the market.
Maybe there is hope for Concord, right? Because that was a cheaper game. It was like $40, and then it went free to play. But Concord.
Get this, guys. I know we're all Stadia guys here. We all remember when X Defiant was supposed to come to Stadia. Well, rumor on the street is it might actually come to Stadia.
Really?
Oh, you gotta tell Mitch you got a joke. So whenever a game dies, it now is on Stadia.
Ubisoft may shut down X Defiant after season 4.
That sucks.
So I was watching. So a big fan of X Defiance is a Purple Haze, and I was watching her show last week Thursday, and I said, hey, FCAT said that the rumor is, and she was like so against, like, no, that's not true. So I don't know.
Oh no, sorry. Go ahead, Cowboy.
No, I was just gonna say I think sometimes we get really into something. Like we was in the stadium, we didn't want it to die, but sometimes the stuff is out of control. No matter your favorite game, whatever. Look, when you probably met me, I was so into Marvel Avengers, right?
Yeah,
that was my thing, Stadia Avengers, and unfortunately, it was out of my control. A throwback, real quick. Oh man, I put so much of my time and effort into that. All the Stadia Avenger streams, creating a channel. But guess what? The game died, right? So at the end of the day, well, I don't like to call a game dead until you can't play it anymore. That game's still on a server. There's a community still playing that game. I'm in there in the community chat, and every day they're sending requests. Anybody want to play? Anybody want to play? So
Yeah, I'm gonna say one last thing before I leave. So X Defiant, I've been playing it every single Saturday since it came out. I'm really enjoying it, and I'm always finding players. So I don't know what's up. Maybe they're too ambitious. Ubisoft lately they seem to be like that. They always say that the numbers don't meet up their expectation, but their
Right.
expectation are so high. It's just insane. But no, yeah, I'm really sad because I've been playing a lot, and I guess I'll just jump back to Call of Duty if it closes down. You know?
If well, this is still a rumor anyway. It doesn't mean it's gonna happen, but
Yeah.
if it, so I think your approach is perfect, right? You're a gamer. You didn't say like, oh, I'm not gonna play games anymore, or you're just like, oh, I guess I'll go back to Call of Duty. Like
Yeah.
we like
Yeah,
think about it, right?
Right.
I was playing Mario when I was a little kid, right? I was playing the Atari, right? Playing Pitfall and whatever, right? The games keep evolving, right? And new games keep coming out. So I feel like you should never get stuck into my gaming is only about right now. You know what I mean? And I'm not gonna say it because some people might have a favorite game. That's all you play. That's fine. But your gaming isn't about right now, right? Gaming is always going to evolve and move. So at the end of the day, whether you love this one game, 10 years from now, this might not be the game you're loving anymore. You know what I mean?
So
Or
that's
maybe
the
you was an
thing,
Xbox
Cowboy.
guy. You might.
That's the thing, Cowboy and Ninja. So this rumor
Okay.
emerged from Call of Duty centric Twitter accounts.
Oh yeah, that's weird.
Yeah. So, and as we know, Black Ops 6 is about to come out. So they kind of draw it out there. They're like, "Oh, X Defiant's gonna shut down."
Oh yeah, and like you said, it's just rumors. Hopefully, it's not true. Like I'm enjoying Call of Duty
So-
as much as X Defiant right now. Like I play both game almost
So
as
Mark
much.
Rubin, Pixels and Mark, pretty much said no, they don't have. There's been no plans for shutdowns. He's been in meetings working on future content.
Okay.
But I mean, if this is actually coming from like Ubisoft heads, like he wouldn't even know about it.
Yeah. All right, guys. Thank you so much for having me today. That was super fun. I'll jump back one day. I don't know. I don't think that's the last time. It's been too fun.
Yeah, Ninja, it's been a pleasure, man. Thank you so much for coming on. I definitely will be checking out your content. Now, do you just put out videos, or do you also do any live streams?
My most content that I do is video reviews now. So
Okay.
so yeah, I don't wait for a live stream. That might be a while, but I
Okay.
do it then once in a while. Yeah.
So you mainly review games. Now,
Yeah.
do you okay, so there's a question. So some people was calling what I do reviews. So I don't review games, I do first impressions.
Yeah.
I play, the first, hour, 2 hours, 3 hours, and then I give a rating from 1 to 10. 1 means I'll never play it again. 10 means it's the very next game I'll play, right?
Mm-hmm.
So when you say you review a game, do you review it? Do you play and beat it and do a review, or is that what you call a review?
So I played a whole game before doing a review. I played on the hardest difficulty. I don't put a score. I lay out what the game is about. I tell everything that I know about the game, and at the end, I let the people decide if it's a game for them or not, and that's it. I don't
see, and that's what I call a review. So I was trying to tell people, they was like, "You review games?" Like, I don't review games. I don't feel you should review a game unless you beat the game.
Yeah.
If you beat it, then you get to say I played it from beginning to end, right?
I think
Yeah.
I think you're one of the reason why I do reviews like that. Actually, now that I think about it, I think that's always been your motto, never like to do a review like that. So I think that influenced me a little bit. I remember that now.
Yeah, because I feel it's not fair to the people by saying, "Here's my review," and it's like, "Oh, well, what happens in chapter 5? I didn't get to chapter 5." Like,
man, I see that a lot, and probably because I'm doing it like that, it frustrates me, right? Like, oh, there's a bug there's so many bugs at the end of the game, and the guy's praising the game, and I'm like, what are you talking? This game sucks.
Right.
So many bugs. Anyway, things like that. But anyway, yeah, that was fun. We'll talk again. We'll
definitely, man. Thank you so much.
And all right, have a good one, guys.
All right, take care, guys. Ninja Guy X VR. All right, good stuff, man. I thank him for coming on. Rudix, thanks for being in the chat. And
there we go.
All right, so what's next, FCAT?
Next up, apparently, Assassin's Creed Shadows Early Access, the Battle Pass, the Season Pass, everything's scrapped.
Now, they did say it was delaying it, right?
Yes, it got delayed, but now it looks like they might be getting rid of the $100 versions and all that stuff.
I
Yeah.
wonder why. I'm sure people are still gonna buy it.
Well, people have been kind of pushing against, Ubisoft's whole, setup. They've been doing it. They did it with Avatar. They did it with Star Wars Outlaws. I mean, they include that with UB Plus, but I mean, damn. Because for Gold Ultimate Edition, you're looking at what, $100-something.
Yeah, I mean that's nothing special though. I mean, I spent $120 on the WWE. I mean, almost every game have some big extra blah blah blah, right? So that's nothing special, right? That's just common business practice in gaming.
I mean, they've been, well, yeah, but Ubisoft's getting more of the pushback for it.
I don't know why though. That's strange. But people are strange. But
Yeah.
I think the thing is, if you don't want to buy it, don't buy it. And I feel like as a company, right, you pretty much say, hey, I got a bundle. You could buy this, this, or this. And then if people don't buy this, then you don't have to ship that or add that, right? So that's the cool thing nowadays, right? But if you get a high demand for this stuff, then you just send out more of it or digitally. But
they've been putting like DLC missions behind like the most expensive one.
Mhm.
And stuff like that.
Yeah, gaming is crazy. What can we say?
It's crazy. You ready for PlayStation news?
Let's do it. Let's do it.
All right. So Team Kill Media.
Okay.
Yes. So they're saying that they're gonna do a big update for Quantum Error. They're gonna update the game to UE 5.4. They're also gonna work on improvements, fix some bugs, things like that. Maybe I could finally beat the damn game because I caught that bad save. Now I gotta start all over.
Damn.
So I might as well start all over when they implement the
Yeah,
new
might as
graphics
well.
and stuff.
50 say gaming is sad nowadays. Yeah, you know what? The outlook on gaming is sad to me, but gaming isn't sad. I think doing the shows and stuff often make gaming seem sad. But when I shut up down from all this stuff and I'm just playing video games with my wife and I'm playing the games on my own, gaming isn't sad. Gaming to me isn't sad. That outlook on gaming is sad.
Oh,
That makes
they
sense.
also announced Quantum Error will be PS5 Pro supported.
Oh wow. Okay.
Yeah, that's also coming to Sun and Bone, and also Sun and Bone will be coming to Steam.
I was just gonna ask you, what have you played Sun and Bloom recently, or?
Not so much. That game's pretty dumb. Quantum Error is like that's their tentpole title right there.
Well, Quantum Error did make you think a bit too, right? There was like kind of strategy to it, like puzzles. So, but it sounds like Sun and Bone, you just kind of run around and killing dinosaurs.
Yeah, it's pretty ridiculous.
Which doesn't sound that bad to me, though. But I'm about to check right now. See if it
so
ever
yeah,
went
next up, like we shared in Discord, Horizon Silence will be recast following the passing of Lance Reddick. So just like in Destiny with Zavala, they're recasting the character.
That makes sense. I think that's cool for people because that's either means they're going to do more DLC or they definitely got another game planned. So that's kind of cool.
Well, according to this starts with Lego Horizons Adventures. Now his voice is in the Horizon Zero Dawn remaster trailer, so I don't think they're taking him out of that.
Oh no, that game's already made, right? Why would you? All you gotta do is do the audio files.
Right.
And that'd be so weird, right? To play a game that you already played and then this is a different character or a different voice, you'd be like, wait, what? And then why would you spend money to make somebody redo lines that's already done? Also, you know what I
Right.
mean?
Who's dead? Anyways, I know Murder's sitting there eager because he wants me to bring up the big console war news this week.
Wait. Do we
But
need to
yeah,
play the video?
guys.
Do we need to play the video?
If you want, I mean, so I can't hear you, Cowboy. You're on mute.
Hold up. Let me. So what's
There you
funny is I got a delay.
Yeah, you got
I
a
mean,
delay.
like it's. Yeah. Anyway, go ahead.
Yeah, so here we go, guys. A whole year later.
Do it.
This is just getting shorter and shorter.
So, Marvel Spider-Man's 2 arrives on PC in January. So yeah, I think they said it's gonna be 15 months, right? About 15 months at that point.
Yeah, it's been about 15 months.
That game was really good, man. And I'm not a Spider-Man fan, but look, I think it's cool.
So,
PC will get it. But they'll get the sloppy seconds, as
PC
people
already
say.
got it. PC already got it. They hacked it. They hacked it from the Insomniac leak.
No, that don't count.
And they put it together and they
That don't
made it
count.
a complete game.
Yeah, that don't count because everybody didn't have the option to do that, right? So if people who could hack it and was
You
able to
just
download
download the
it and blah blah
torrent.
blah, but that don't mean everybody had that opportunity, so that don't count.
You download
Murder
the
said day and
torrent,
date
then
coming soon.
Sony shuts you down.
Yeah, I don't think day and date is coming soon. I think we got to see when stuff is like 6
I've been
months,
hearing
right?
about the PC launcher coming. Still,
I think when we see games start to come 6 months, like when you got like the top games coming out 6 months later, then I'll be like, whoa, day and date is around the corner, you know. But 15 months is still a bit of time, man. Imagine if you was a Spider-Man fan, right? And you love Spider-Man. Chances are when a PlayStation Spider-Man game came out, you probably bought a PlayStation, right? And let's say you was a PC guy, but you love Spider-Man. Chances are you probably bought a PlayStation. Now imagine if you said, I'm not buying a PlayStation. You waited 15 months. That's crazy when I think of waiting 15 months for something I really wanted. But if you really didn't care, then that didn't matter. But I'm just saying towards the fans, that it's ridiculous to wait that long. You know what I mean? If you're a big fan. If you're not, then who cares?
So yeah, so some PlayStation fans are panicking.
No, not my games that I can still play going somewhere else.
Well, they see it as what Xbox did, you know, when they went day and date PC.
Well, you know what my thing with Xbox is,
they're
and
like,
no
oh, the
disrespect to
line's being pushed on us.
So
We've
here's
been
my
making fun of Xbox this whole time. You know what I'm saying?
no, but my issue with the Xbox fans, no disrespect for some of my friends that I know, like 5-0 and K9. I never understood where people was mad. Maybe because I was in the cloud gaming, right? But I didn't understand where people was mad that, man, they putting their games on PC and their games in the cloud. They're not focusing on the console anymore. I'm like, nowhere did they say those games are no longer coming to the console. So I feel like people abandoning Xbox because they're putting their games more places. That was always silly to me because you wasn't losing games at all. Like they was literally changing nothing about the way you got games. They was just adding to their platform, which didn't do anything to you. So I don't know. I always felt like, man, I always try to listen to people like K9 and even a 5-0 when he was a little bothered. but I kind of felt like it kind of didn't make sense to me at all. But that's just me.
I think PlayStation should come out with their launcher.
You said they shouldn't, or should they? Should
They
not.
should. They should, because I mean they're already doing the PSN sign-ins. They're doing the trophy syncs and all that on PC now.
Well, I would say yes, but then I feel like they don't have enough games. That's the problem, right? You'll get a launcher for what? What you got, like 10 games at most, and they taking so long to make games come to PC. So unless they was going to do day and date or get closer to that, but I feel like launcher isn't really necessary for what, one game every 2 games a year coming to PC.
Like they would put it there first before putting it on Steam. They would put it on Steam like later.
Right.
You get what I'm saying?
No, I get it. I just feel like they're
not like day and date, but like it would show up on the PlayStation launcher first.
Mhm.
Before
I get it. I just feel like the fact that they don't put that many games on PC in a year, like in a calendar year. How many games came to PC this year? What? Helldivers and Spider-Man's not even coming this year. It's next year. So
God of War, Ragnarok, God of War, Ragnarok.
Okay. And
That
Helldivers
came this year. Final Fantasy 16 came to PC this year.
That's it. 2 games.
Helldivers,
Yeah.
Concord.
But yeah, I don't know.
Yeah,
I mean, I
that's
guess
Solar
it's
Blade
good
yet.
just to have it.
Solar Blade didn't come yet.
Looking at that picture with Venom makes me want to play that game. They need to come out with a DLC that lets you use Venom.
Yeah, so they said no plans for DLC in Spider-Man 2.
Yep.
That's it. We're gonna ride it out.
I'm ready for that Wolverine, man. I'm not a Wolverine fan, but here you go.
Yeah.
An official preview of Marvel's Wolverine is coming. Listen, the last Wolverine game was epic. It was so violent and crazy. So that's the type of games I like. So I could just imagine.
From the footage that I've seen from the pirated leak, it looks like Batman.
Yeah, that's not a bad thing.
It kind of looks like that.
This Batman games was good. But yeah, but it reminds me of Prototype a little bit. You climbing on buildings and
yeah. I wonder if they completely overhaul, change the game from what got leaked.
I think it'd be silly just to do a big overhaul because of the leaks. Because so somebody got to see what your game looked a little bit early. So what? You're gonna change the game because people got to see what the game looked like early? You could have put out a trailer at the same time, showing the same stuff. Then you wouldn't be thinking about changing the game because it was your own trailer. So I don't get that, but I know that's that ideal is thrown around. Dodge Man said, better be better than Origins. I think that's the one I'm talking about, right? That game was official. That game was epic. Started off with him jumping out the helicopter, just falling all the way down, stabbing somebody to the ground.
You ready for Xbox news?
All right, let's do it.
So, yeah, Purple Haze came up in here a couple of weeks ago and made a pretty bold statement that she said, what she said, the Xbox ain't gonna.
Said Xbox will not add games to xCloud that you've purchased.
Yeah, that you can buy.
And she said that last week. It was last Monday.
So they passed the thing for Epic to do it, but then Google came back and they were like, they put a hold on it. So they put a hold on a thing for right now. So we Xbox fans been promised next month. Are they gonna delay again?
Help me figure this out. I don't understand. This what Purple was saying, and this is why I'm confused. What does this have to do with Xbox allowing you to stream the games you purchase?
That's the thing. They can do it now. Like
Yeah,
you know that Kamala Harris joke going around. Oh, she can do it now while she's in office. Well, Microsoft can do this right now. They can implement this right now into the app, but they refuse to do so because they don't want to pay the Google Apple tax
mhm.
to do it.
No, but hold on.
So they're
What I
fighting it.
don't
So
get,
they're fighting it so they can make their
no,
own
but listen,
store
I
and
feel like we're
get
talking about two
100% of the
different
money.
things, though. So hold up. I feel like we're talking about two different things.
No,
If I bought a
that's
game,
basically the situation going on.
yeah, because I don't get what does this has to do with them stream. Like, why did Purple say they won't allow you to stream your games? Because if I
No,
bought,
you can stream your games. Buy them through the app.
yeah,
Is the whole
but
thing.
who said you need to? But who said you need to buy your games through that? That's why I was trying to understand. I don't understand why the two conversations had anything to do with each
So
other.
right now on the Xbox app, you cannot purchase a game through the app. You can download it to your console, but you can't buy it. You can't purchase it.
Okay, can I
Like
ask you a
say
question?
like the PlayStation app, you can buy a game.
No,
Stadia app,
could I ask you
you
a
can
question?
buy a game.
Can I ask you a question? Can
Yeah.
I go on my Xbox and buy a game through my Xbox?
Yeah, but not everybody has an Xbox, and now Xbox is pushing this whole "you don't need an Xbox to play Xbox" thing.
I think I see what you're saying. So wait, are you saying there's no way to buy a game? You can't buy a game from
Through the app,
Xbox.com?
you can buy it through the website, yeah, but I mean from the app, from the
Okay, well,
Xbox app.
why do you keep bringing up the app? Okay, listen. If I could catch the bus to California, or I can get on a plane to California, or if I can catch a bus to California, if I can still get to California, does it matter if the bus don't work anymore?
Premise of this is so Xbox can make their mobile store. Remember they're talking about this mobile store, right?
Yeah, but
It's gonna
I was just
have
trying to
Candy
understand
Crush,
one
Minecraft,
conversation. Like you're
Call of
going
Duty.
from now we're talking about three different things. We're talking about that Xbox mobile store. We're talking about buying
That's
games
what
off
it
mobile.
all
We're
has
talking
to
about
do
streaming
with it.
games to your Xbox that you purchase.
It's all together. It's all linked together, Cowboy.
But I don't feel it's linked together if I could go to Xbox.com and buy a game
If
and
Purple
then
here,
stream it.
she can explain it to you. She can back up what I'm saying. It's all
Well, she
linked
tried to
together.
explain it, but I no. The thing is, I think you got or her or you or whatever. I think you guys are just trying to make one point, and so you're grouping everything together. But it kind of doesn't make sense because
That's
okay, if I
basically
in my sense, then it's a loophole. Then I don't need the
right.
app because I go to Xbox.com, right?
Right. It's just an extra step. Like you
Right.
can't just one click buy. You know what I'm saying? You have to go through all this extra stuff. People don't want to do that. Yeah.
Urban said he thinks social media is ruining gaming for him. He said, I went from a hardcore game to a niche gamer, and there are tons of people like that. He said, gaming today is how much this company makes, why this console is better. I can't accept your opinion. Sega versus Nintendo was more fun and harmless. He said, play with, oh, yeah, I got you. Play with. Not lay with. No, I agree with you, Urban, but I think for me is like I don't allow this other stuff to seep into me. Well, I'm almost 50 years old, so I've been playing video games for a long time. So I'm already stuck in my ways. Like people already laugh at me because I play games on easy. Oh well. So I think for me, my brain is already set that I'm just enjoying video games for me. So this outside stuff don't work on me. If it wasn't for us talking now, if it wasn't for FCAT, I would be so clueless on all this stuff. Like I'm even my brain's trying to understand this conversation that just sounds silly to me, because it's coming back to like, oh, you ain't gonna be able to do it. Like, wait, what?
It just all has to do with the mobile store and buying games through XCloud and just all that.
Yep.
Yeah, we'll see. We'll see how long the hold is, but more than likely there will be a delay on purchasing games for XCloud because of this.
Well, it already been delayed for about 4 years now. So.
Right.
For when they first said it.
But XCloud does have good news, and everybody's been saying, oh, xCloud Series S profile,
Okay,
Digital
okay.
Foundry found Series S profile, this and that. No, they don't want to address that. They don't want to fix that. They want to fix the bit rate.
Okay,
So
Xbox
with
Cloud
the bit
Gaming might
rate,
finally get improved bit rates soon. That'll be cool.
so the bit rate is basically to fix the lag.
I still
To
admire
upgrade the bit rate
xCloud.
to fix the lag. So
Yeah, I
it'll work
still,
better on a Fire Stick.
yeah, I still admire xCloud. I think it's cool that you could pay for the service and you get so many games, and you also get high profile games in play on your phone, on your TV. It kind of reminds me of Stadia to a bit, to a point, you know. And then if they add buying games, then it's pretty much is Stadia without all the Stadia features.
All right.
Mm-mm-mm.
Yeah, moving on. Also apparently in console war news, I don't know why this came up in console war news. It's so ridiculous. So, Aaron Greenberg says, "Man, nobody cares about Banjo-Kazooie."
I would have to agree with him. I think the problem is they haven't kept up with it, and so if you wouldn't have mentioned Banjo and Kazooie, I would have forgot it even existed. But I was never a big fan of Banjo and Kazooie anyway.
Yeah, I think he is right. Nobody does care about Banjo-Kazooie.
Unfortunately, it's just going to be
Wasn't
one of
he like
those.
the knockoff Donkey Kong when he came out?
Yeah, I mean, it's just going to be unfortunate. One of those, like Crash Bandicoots, even kind of fell by the wayside. You know what I mean? Like they at least keep up with Crash Bandicoot and make a new game every so often, but it's not what it was in
Apparently he
popularity.
turned around and he was like, "Oh, I didn't say that." It's like, yeah, nobody cares about Banjo-Kazooie.
No,
You're speaking from the heart. Speaking from your chest.
it's like, hey man, I'm just saying. Oh man.
Say it with your chest. But yeah, we got a lot of trailers to pull up because there was an Xbox partner preview that happened.
All right. What's going on, everybody who's popping in? Thanks for tuning in to the Monday Super Show. So Xbox partner preview October 2024, all reveals and Game Pass announcements. So this is cool though. If you are Game Pass partner or Xbox partner, I say Game Pass partner.
I just sent you a link for.
All right, let's do it. All right. All right, guys, let's pull this up.
So this game is actually coming day one to Game Pass.
Is this that Shran's game? pretty cool.
Yeah, so that game, Eternal Strands, is coming day one to Game Pass, so is Expedition 33, and so is Wu Chang Fault and Feathers. So
Yeah,
Game
that was
Pass
pretty
is
cool.
gonna have some games coming. Here's the next one to pull up, Cowboy. I'm sending it to you now.
All right, here, let me refresh this real quick. So, and I had another. I feel bad because I played that trailer and I realized I had another trailer up. Pause. So hold on real quick. All right. Sorry about that. The way this thing is, every now and
Yeah,
then you have to.
essentially leaking.
All right. Yeah, send it to me again because it's gone now. Yeah, everything's popping back up.
I sent it again.
Okay, there we go. Yeah, I feel bad because that other trailer was dope, but it looked like crap because I needed to refresh. Let's check this out. Xbox getting some games. Never seen this. Oh, hello, baby. Hey, say hi. 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 Yeah, look at that. What is that? It's crazy. Right? Oh my goodness. Well, watch this gameplay is like a RTS or something. Yeah, it looks crazy, right?
Not a lot of RTS games anymore, Cowboy.
So, enough here for nonsense.
You didn't realize where I was at. I'm right here.
They finally.
Okay.
It looks like
This
Quantum
gameplay
Error.
right here.
It looks like Quantum Error for Quantum Error.
Now hold up. I feel bad. Like I cheated everybody. So hold up. Look, I want you guys to see this over because it was real pixelated and glitchy. It's a short trail anyway.
That is such a link.
It's actually dope. This definitely, I definitely want to try this.
So you might get Game Pass in 2025.
Watch this, bro. She jumped all the way up in the air. That was dope. All right, here, let's see the other one. So these are all stuff coming to Xbox, huh?
Should be all platforms because it was just a partner preview. They were
Oh, but they're gonna be in Game Pass.
Eternal Strands will be on Game Pass. Expedition 33, and also Wu Chang Fallen Feathers.
I have seen the end of the world. As the gods shattered, gilded mist born of their flesh fell upon the mortals.
Yeah, Erwin, we mentioned Spider-Man too.
I have seen the ruins of old, like graves for a hidden past, and madness without end. I have seen the hunters awakened, steadfast heroes among them, and treacherous villains as well. I have seen the thrones brought low, faiths torn asunder, and all that still lives before the end. They war and struggle in anguish and despair.
Did you see the pre-partner
Hold on.
Did you watch it? Did you watch it? Did you watch the preview, the partner preview?
No, I didn't see it.
Oh, okay.
Damn, this look cool as hell. Hold on. I want to see what I need to refresh and actually. Damn, this game look dope. Hold on. Okay, guys, this game.
I sent you the link for the next.
All right.
But yet to see the ember that can rise against the dark.
$25. You know what? Oh, this is on 1080/60. That's probably why. All right, I gotta lower this a little bit.
All right, I'll send all the links. Just pull them up.
Okay, yeah. I realize I had it I was trying to stream it at 1080/60. Because I did change a setting where I wanted all my YouTube videos to look better. But yeah, that's not good for this. All right, so I had to turn this down. Okay, that last game looked really cool.
The place was always dangerous. Policy and procedure used to keep us in control. But now, we need a new approach.
Little known.
Welcome to Firebreak.
I think that's the last one you put in there, right?
So the PlayStation.
Well, I was some cool looking games. I gotta say that. That one game looked really cool. I don't know what the name was, but see, that's my thing. I just want to see cool looking games. Send me a dope trailer, and you got me. You know, you got me with that. All right, guys. I know FCAT. Looks like you got a couple other things. Not much. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. A few things. I'm getting close to wrapping it up. I'm gonna watch some wrestling with my wife. But I definitely was cool earlier with Ninja Guy X. And I hope this. Hold on, real quick. Our let me make sure I do that. Okay, there you go. Our laundry, our dryer.
Next video.
Crazy. All right, go ahead. What's next?
Play the next video. Right?
I thought the last one. I played the last one.
Oh, I sent you a whole bunch of them.
The FPC or something like that.
Yeah, you played them all?
Yeah, yep. Hold on, let me see the other one. FBC. Oh no, I didn't play Blind Fire. Okay, hold on. Oh no. My bad. All right, Blind Fire. Oh, I seen the trailer for this one. Imagine this in VR. Yeah, that was the kind of dope. You heard me? I said, imagine this in VR. F-Cat News showing something good. Oh, man. That's messed up. All right, hold on. He sent me one more. Something we've all seen before. Sewers.
A clue, a lead. What more could a mouse detective want? Eureka! This is a real mouse changer.
That's a real mouse changer.
Time to play detective and connect the dots.
That's like a Sega controller. Arriving the consoles. Look, they got Xbox right in consoles and everything. Look, they trying to overcompensate for the, people saying they don't do stuff to the consoles. Everything was saying arriving the consoles.
That's going to PC also.
That's funny.
But yeah, everybody's looking forward to this game. So it's kind of got that Cuphead feel.
Never played Cuphead.
So we showed Blind Fire, and this is out on game preview right now on Xbox and on the Epic Store. I bought it, and it is literally dead as a doornail on arrival.
What, Blind Fire?
Unfortunately, yes, it is. It is dead.
Oh, so it's a multiplayer game?
Match. Yes, it's a multiplayer game. It is dead.
Damn.
You cannot find a match. From what I'm hearing, people are saying this game is horrible.
It looked cool as hell, though. That's crazy. A trailer, that's why sometimes you can't go by a trailer. Now, is this on Game Pass?
No. This is on game preview. So it's early access.
Oh, okay. All right, well, early access don't count. Yeah, it's not out yet, Urban, so don't worry about it.
Did you show did you show this game?
Yeah, I showed that right before the first time he was getting off.
Okay, so yeah. So I look at this when I saw this, so I thought of Redfall.
Oh, from that?
Because here we are with this big studio who's known for single player games dipping their toe into the multiplayer live service co-op first person shooter genre.
No, this was a third person, right?
No, this is first person.
Maybe when they was getting shot, how their bodies was flying all around.
So what you think? You think it's gonna be another riffle?
I don't know, man. It's so hard to say. They have to somehow the fun factor have to be there, you know, and get people sucked into the game loop. So I don't know. But I can't help
So
think that one
yeah.
game was cool.
So
First multiplayer game, FBC, Firebreak. It's almost Monday Night Raw time, baby. What's next? It's just me. Me is DDP. All right, so FCAT just dipped off of me. Messed up, guys. Just left me alone. But listen, gaming is cool for me. Personally, I actually got to get back on Flintlock again since that day.
check. All right.
Mic check. Maybe I might play it today.
That thing's messing up. Also in console wars, hold me up.
You know I don't like chicken, Urban. I had shrimp, Popeyes.
So PlayStation apparently tried to lock down this game.
Okay.
What's it called? Crimson Desert. And apparently they told them no.
Oh, okay. Yeah, that's supposed to be the sequel to Black Desert. PlayStation was like, we trying to get that for us. Oh, Urban. That every episode is getting better and better.
Kind of proof that that PlayStation's trying to money hide against Xbox.
Mm-hmm. Hey man, listen. If it works, right? You got people running around talking about Cellar Blade as if PlayStation made it. You know, people running around talking about Final Fantasy 16 as if PlayStation made it. So, if you can make people, you know, come and buy your stuff, then I guess do what you're doing.
Also in the console war news, Forza Stalker 2 is going to run 30 frames per second on Xbox Series X, 60 on the Series X, and supposedly they're working on 60 for Series S later.
Yeah, I mean, maybe they'll get it.
Imagine playing this on xCloud at 30 frames.
You know what I wonder is should they just make some of those games come out further back so they automatically have those? I guess they kind of figure, you know what? Some gamers talk that they need 60. We're just gonna put it out now, and if they want to wait, cool. If not, they probably play it anyway, as they're saying they don't want 30.
So the devs kind of
smell good now.
So fresh. Smell in my ears, she said.
Yeah, your Popeye stopped doing shrimp. Oh man, it's funny because
so
they wanted the butterfly shrimp and they gave us damn popcorn.
So here's the thing: the devs kind of came out and said that the Series S, they thought they couldn't make the game for it, and somehow they figured out a way to optimize the game for it.
So they thought what? You know what happened?
They thought they wouldn't be able to make the game for the S at all, but then they I guess they got help or something, or they figured out the optimization problem. Yeah, I think that's probably why it got delayed too. But I know Murder's in the chat. He's raring to go. He can jump in the chat if he
Murder just
wants,
said he don't care no more about the money.
cause we gonna talk about Thursday, baby. Cause we got 3 days away from the Game Pass dominant killer.
Black Ops 6 is make or break for the Game Pass strategy.
It is.
A year after buying Activision Blizzard,
Murder.
Microsoft finally has a Game Pass
It is
launch
time.
exclusive for Call of Duty. How this plays out will weigh heavily on its future strategy. But will it though? Or did somebody just say that in that
It's
article?
time. It's time, cowboy. It's time for Xbox to show us what $60 billion look like. It's time, baby.
I guess my fear, not that it matters, because I don't own the company, is that what if their numbers aren't that high for Call of Duty on Game
Pass? Ooh, that's not gonna look good. That's not gonna look good.
Because a lot of people talk so much about like, oh, we need Game Pass at Call of Duty, but now that it's about to be that time, are all those people, they need to show up and at least download Call of Duty and play it for a little bit. You know what I mean? Or was it just all talk? They just wanted so bad Microsoft to buy ABK? Because I feel like, you know how sometimes Murder, you'll say, oh, you need Xbox or PlayStation people to actually support and play and buy multiplayer games. Well, Xbox people need to support, and everybody who has Game Pass need to play Call of Duty. They need to show that, yeah, we wanted Call of Duty. You know what I mean? I don't want Call of Duty to look like
he's not gonna play it.
He might.
Beanie already said he ain't gonna play it.
Not a bad opinion. Piece of Call of Duty, regardless, will be the biggest game like it is every year. It's fanboys who don't play Call of Duty making up this nonsense. We will have this conversation next Monday. Yeah, no, I hear what you're saying. I think what we're saying, or what I'm wondering is, will it show that a large majority of people played Call of Duty on Game Pass? That's the question. Because, yeah, this technically would be the goal of the ABK deal, to get Call of Duty, the biggest game.
Down, so that kind of gives you kind of a hint that people are waiting for it to go on Game Pass.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, that's what I'm saying. It's the biggest game of the whole ABK deal, probably next to Candy Crush. And you know, I want to see the people on the Game Pass like show up. You know.
Well, I mean, we got Modern Warfare 3 on Game Pass, but that's, you know, touted as one of the worst Call of Duty.
Yeah, I mean, and it's a little outdated. He said, 50 said, I'm gonna play it on Game Pass and buy it on PlayStation. Hey, listen, that's what you were gonna do with Indiana Jones, right, FCAT? So
maybe. Actually, I'm looking to. I might get the $100 indie.
Okay. On what platform?
It's gonna come with the Xbox version and the Windows PC version.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Man, oh man, Call of Duty. Wow. So what day did Call of Duty come out?
Dark better show up. He's the one that's been...
Hold up, what day does Call of Duty come out?
3 days, Thursday.
Wow. I haven't even been following it.
Friday, the 25th.
Yeah. Okay, yeah, Friday's 25th. Yeah, it's always like one of the the biggest game of the year. So can't wait to see the popularity and the hype. I think my issue is Call of Duty's come out too often now. I feel like they need to do like every 2 years or something like that. Because I feel like Call of Duty just came out not that long ago when you think about it. And I feel like when I see the trailers, this don't look like it's that big of a difference. To a non-Call of Duty fan. So maybe somebody who's really into Call of Duty might be able to really, you know, say how different it looked. But It's like WWE, man. I get tired of them coming out every year. Like, can we do every 2 years? But it is.
Yeah, yeah, we'll see. I mean, I want to see Doc Dark on Call of Duty Day One, because I know he's one of the ones who was pushing for it.
Hey, he
Yeah,
might be on there. I mean, I wouldn't.
he said this whole ABK deal ain't nothing unless Call of Duty's on Game Pass.
I wouldn't be shocked if he's playing it on Game Pass. I mean, I think he's supposed to be a PC gamer now, but it's funny, dudes who don't play Call of Duty and haven't for years, all of a sudden have something to say about Call of Duty. Call of Duty is the biggest, best game ever. Well, best is definitely a opinion. Best every year, even on a bad Call of Duty. Yeah, Call of Duty makes the most money and it's the biggest sale game. I won't say it's the best game. If it was the best game, I would be playing it. I can't even tell you what I think is the best game nowadays. I can't like when I think of graphics, I think of gameplay. I don't know. I have no clue.
Yeah, that's all
Might
we
just be
have for
Call of Duty.
today.
What'd you say?
That's all we have for today.
That is it, guys. It's cool doing some VR stuff with my guy Ninja Guy VR. I'm still calling him X. And we definitely went through a bunch of news that's going on in gaming. I wanted to get to the trifolds. We didn't get to bring that up with Ninja Guy X, but I'll leave that for another day. What's a better shooter all around? Honestly, well, that's the thing. You said game is the thing. You didn't say shooter. You said game. You know.
I'm gonna
So
jump
when
out
you
of
say
here.
it's the biggest, best game, then now.
See y'all next week.
All right, man. Later, guys. Give it up for my man F the Cat. Yeah. Yeah. So yeah, you said game. That's all I was saying because you said game. Yeah, I don't know. But I think what's cool is you guys find games you like, enjoy gaming. I know I'm enjoying gaming, so don't have any plans on not enjoying gaming. And if you ask me, just game without limits. Play the games that you have interest because you are a gamer. That's it. If you ask me. Every year they was always talking about what's going to be the Call of Duty killer. I hope to see you in FCAT again. Yeah, man, I hope to see you too. Call of Duty kills shooters. That's what they're saying. They're saying Call of Duty is trying to kill X Defiant, right? Oh, okay. So that didn't come out yet. I didn't know it didn't come out yet. Thanks for letting me know. So that's cool. Yeah, I think maybe I'll watch it this weekend. We haven't really consistently been watching anything, to be honest. So that might be pretty cool. Yeah, we're gonna go to Josh Halloween party. But then that's about it. To be honest with you, I'm not that into Halloween this year. I thought I was gonna be in Florida for Halloween. Now it's a little annoying that I'm not gonna be in Florida for Halloween. And so she was sending me a bunch of different costume ideas today. But I'm kind of like, I don't really care, to be honest with you. So I don't have that spirit that I always have. I don't have young kids to go trick-or-treating. I didn't do anything haunted yet this year. So, yeah, I don't know. Let me see. It's funny because I get your thing on my phone first. I thought Josh moved to another. No, Josh never moved to another state. No, he still live in New Jersey. Killer Clowns on Friday the 13th for stream. We do. When is there another Friday the 13th? I didn't know there was another Friday the 13th. I did Friday the 13th on Friday the 13th. Let me see. Killer Clown. Let me see. Friday the 13th. Let me see. In November. There's no Friday the 13th. Let's go to December. Oh, there's a Friday the 13th in December. Yeah, we could do that. Matter of fact, though, I think that's going to be right before they shut the servers down on Jason. So I might have to before it's gone. Oh, wow, that's crazy. It's super slow. Yo, what's up, Ronan? Ronan, we just about to get up out of here, man. About to bounce. You know, it's crazy. I don't know if it's my computer, but I don't know what's up with the crazy slowdown. Let me see if I don't got anything else running in the background. I had Discord up. That was about it. Disappointed in Ghost of Tsushima, bro. Dang, you never finished it. Oh yeah, I'm not a. I tried to like that game. Well, I didn't. Played it a long time ago. I game flied it, and I didn't like it. And then years later, Lion was like, "Bro, give it another try." So I played it for about 5 hours. It's just not my thing. I don't like it. I feel like if it had special abilities or something, I would like it more. But it's just like a Grand Theft Auto of sword slicing, right? It's nothing. It doesn't do anything special. I like stuff when it's more like flashy and have special abilities and stuff like that. So I just kind of, and I wasn't pulled into the story either. So yeah, Ghost of Tsushima was never my thing. Think about grabbing those ripsticks as Christmas gifts. Ripsticks. Oh, ripsticks. Yeah, I mean, I still got 2. I use them every now and then. They really come in handy, man. But I didn't work out at all this weekend because we was at Sandy's mom's house, and I was doing my reinspection. Oh, speaking of that, guys, today. So let me back up a little bit. On Friday, we had our appraisal, or the buyers had somebody come out for the appraisal. 2 things I didn't like. One, the lady who came out, she was like, "Oh, the AC doesn't work." I'm like, "What? My AC works." So I hope she don't put that she think my AC doesn't work. And then 2, she was going back and forth with me about my heating system. She was like, "Oh, where's your gas meter?" And I was like, "It's on the side of the house." She's like, "No, that's not gas." I was like, "Yes, it is." She's like, "No, it's not." I was like, "I have gas heat." She was like, "No, you got electric." I was like, "What?" So she was trying to show me a picture of a house that she recently went to. She's like, "Your meter's supposed to look like that." I'm like, "No." So I hope she doesn't lowball my appraisal for those couple things. And then plus, she sent me a link for me to fill out a survey. And they asked me how much I paid for the house. And I paid pretty cheap for the house because I got it as a short sale, which doesn't count. I got it for cheap. So I hope they don't look at that stuff because that wouldn't be a fair depiction. But under the good bright side, my reinspection was today. The guy came out and I passed for everything. So I have my certification of occupancy completed. So there's only one last thing I'm waiting for, and that's for their appraisal to come in. And once that's done, then we are off to Florida. Even though I already paid for 1 month in Florida already, but I'm looking forward to as if we are going. So guys, I need all the good vibes and prayers and the fingers crossed and all that. All right, let me catch up. Let me see. It be a PS2 classic of games I bring back. Man, you and them old games. And another. Oh man, I got shake weight right over there. That's hilarious. I haven't seen shake weights in ages. LOL. Forgot all about them. I got one right here. Shake weight right here. No, I won't do the traditional way you're supposed to do it. So you guys can make fun at me. Nah. Do they really work? I mean, I feel like shake weights, I think they do, but because they're so light, you got to do a lot. I feel like it was originally made for women, so maybe they got a heavier version of the shake weights, but I don't know. Oh, house update. Yep, that is the house update. Purple said, let's go. Purple, what did you do sneaking up in here? Hey, Ronan. Let me see. You know they lowball you for those houses. So I think the consensus is that when you're trying to buy a house, I don't think they lowball you as much because the bank's trying to make that money, right? And the lower it is, then the banks kind of get screwed. But when you're trying to refinance, that's when you're trying to save money, and I think that's when they lowball you. At least that's my experience. I got lowballed when I was refinancing. Yeah, thank you, Purple. Yeah, I was so excited. It was a big hurdle. We did everything he wanted us to do. We was worried about a couple things, and so reinspection is golden. I got the certificate and everything. Don't let them get over, cowboy. Write that down. No, I told my realtor instantly. But the problem is that's for the buyer, so we really can't do nothing about it. So when she sent me the little survey, it said if you have an issue with the appraisal, you have to contact your lender for the rebuttal appeal. So that wouldn't be for me. That would be for the buyers. And the only thing I could do is tell the buyers, like, I don't think they did it right if it comes in low. What my friend was saying is that, so they're buying our house for $280,000, right? They put down 20%, which is $56,000. So $56,000 minus $280,000 is $224,000. So as long as the appraisal is above $224,000, technically the bank is good. But whatever that difference is, the buyer would have to feel like he's technically purchasing something that doesn't worth that much. Right now, the difference is he did a hard money loan, meaning he was putting up his own properties and stuff. So I don't know if he'll just be like, well, it doesn't matter, it's my own collateral anyway, or will he be like, oh no, I want them to lower it because technically the value is lower. That's what we don't know. Wait a minute. Where the dang tree rip the tree? Wait, what? Let me see. You better put up the tree in the new place. Are you talking about my the Christmas tree? Oh yeah, do that again, cowboy. Nah. And it's not the way they're supposed to do it. They're supposed to do two hands. That's what made everybody laugh at people doing the shake weights. Pharrell said equity is more important than equality. I guess. I mean, that makes sense, right? Equity just means you have a lot of something, right? I don't use shake weight for exercise. Your home is your equity. Yeah, I'm trying to get rid of this equity. You're in control. Yeah, I wish I was in control. What's up? Holtz is in the building. I mentioned you earlier, Holtz. Is the shake weight included in it with the house? Yeah, I'll leave it behind. Yeah, the Christmas tree I threw out a couple months ago, Ronan. Once I was selling my house, we had to get rid of stuff. So once we get the final thumbs up with the appraisal, man, I'm gonna get rid of a bunch of stuff. We're pretty much just moving with suitcases. You know what I mean? We're not taking a lot. My wife wanted to rent a 4x8 trailer, but I'm like, for what? You're just gonna be taking some nonsense. But if she want to do that, then that's her. She's gonna have to hook it up to her car and drive. With that fancy 720. What would be included in your old place? So we're leaving the refrigerator, the stove, the dishwasher, we're leaving the deep freezer, we're leaving the washer and the dryer. That's everything we're leaving. Host thinks he is the king of Christmas, so he is my enemy. Look, I might actually see Holtz on Christmas. A Ninja Guy X was on, now known as Ninja Guy VR. And so we were talking about, how we all met in Stadia. I was mentioning how me and Purple had a long conversation last week. It was really cool. So I was like, yeah, man. I mentioned how I met you, Purple, and a bunch of other people. So it was pretty cool. And now your mama knows. Will you guys decorate for Christmas, Florida? I'm sure Sandy will. She loves to decorate for everything. I don't really care, but Oh wow, I still got to say an FCAT news report. Guys, there's some pretty cool trailers we went over today. This one trailer looks cool as hell. Let me see what's the name of that game. Yeah, I'm gonna pull this up so you guys can see the game. But one of them was really cool. All right, let's see. All right, so I was wrong about the PlayStation Portal. Picture that. Wait, where's that one again? Oh, is it this it? Mistfall? Oh, that must be it. Yeah, Mixfall. That game looked cool as hell. Yeah, Mistfall. So yeah, we went over Mouse PI for Hire. We went over Blind Fire. We went over FBC. We went over Mistfall. We went over Chronos: The New Dawn. We went over Eternal Strands, which Eternal Strands look pretty cool too. And then we went over a bunch of VR stuff. Phasmophobia coming to VR. So yeah, definitely look back. It was really good if you guys are in the VR. Definitely pretty cool. Let me see. I'm ringing up in the 2nd if November, so we could debunk Urban. Haha. So much some content you can make. Yeah, it's gonna be a lot, Urban. The beaches, restaurants, events. Yep. I got a whole plan for a rebrand, but I want to wait till I'm in Florida. So I'm probably not gonna put out anything new for a little bit. The channel might be under like reconstruction. Maybe I'll just be putting out a bunch of old videos that I didn't get to yet. Get a lot of new games. I will soon get the squirrel with a gun. That's funny. Host, please don't do this. Oh yeah, that new game, Dawn of Game, is cool. But yeah, it's gonna be cool. I was going over a lot this weekend. As you guys could see, actually, I made the video for Lion. Hold up, let me pull this up. Make sure you guys check out these videos I make. I might actually be getting rid of that. I put a lot of time into them, and not that many people watch them. It's really meant for the channel members, but I get it, right? Why would somebody watch somebody's channel member video, right? But I think it's cool because they show really good moments. What's up? You riding in a little thing? But so I made a video for Lion. You guys definitely gotta check it out. It's pretty cool. And then I also made a video for my guy JD. So I still got a couple more videos to make, and I gotta actually record them. So that's the thing. But yeah, make sure you guys check this out. Lion's got 10 views, and JD's got 25. So that's actually pretty cool. But yeah, if you go down, it's the custom channel membership videos. And look at all the ones I made, right? So I made one for JD. Got lion. Whoops. Yeah, I mean, there's a lot. I just scroll through. A lot of people. Ace. Oh, let me click right here. All right, so check it out. We got JD. We got Lion. We got my man Dodgeman. We got Cubini. We got Hot Pockets. We got Silent Cypher. Bulls for Life. Rock. FCat. Jersey. Ace. ISO. Geek to Sneak. Do Games. Murder. Rudigs. Oates. Ray. Oh, wow. My man Paul. Sanchez. Consigno. Dre. MJ Parks. Jezebelly. Squids. Purple. Big Mike. Josh Warren. Vet Gaming. Dave. Chris Game Over Cakis. Caliber Killer. Jack the Slip. Fans Are Gamers. Urban. Bruce Campbell. Ray Stone. Mr. 1030. So, yeah. But I got like 5 more to do. So, they're fun, but they take up a lot of time because I put so much into them. Like I took hours and hours just to do Lions and JD's over the weekend because I scrolled back and try to find special moments, and I scrolled through other people's content, and so but let me see. Oh, I didn't even think about that. Will you do a last stream at your old place? Yeah, I mean, don't plan on stop streaming until I leave. Urban, I'm bringing Ori Perry and even McDonald's sweet curry to make it feel real. Then UK English Christmas selection boxes. Let's go, Florida Cowboy. Yeah, man, it's getting there, man. It's getting there. Hosts first of November. I'm heading over to next town to pick up some of the best eggnog milkshakes the world has ever seen. I'm not into eggnog. All right, guys, I'm gonna call it there. This was cool though. I was just chatting with you guys for a little bit. But again, like I said, thanks for showing up for the VR portion. That was pretty cool. Definitely good stuff. And we just had a lot of fun today and going over games. I just love going over games. So good stuff. Yeah, thanks. Even when you guys popped in a little bit later, it was just cool just to have you guys pop in. But I'm about to watch some wrestling. And we'll be back tomorrow for some more Fortnite. And I might as well just call this just Fortnite Tuesdays. And then I'll probably play a little bit of Predators earlier. I've been doing that lately. Play a little bit of Predators and then play a little bit of Fortnite later on. Maybe I should actually play some Killer Clowns from Outer Space. But I really, really love Predators. It's just such an easy game to jump on. And like you're always doing something. That's what makes the game fun. Like it's never boring. You don't have like a dull moment in Predators. It's just like high pace. And then Wednesday is We Wrestle Wednesdays, and we could talk about how I became the first ever crown jewel champion of We Wrestle Wednesdays, and so that was kind of cool. And then Thursdays I've been kind of streaming a little bit, so we'll see what I stream on Thursdays also. So, but let me see. That you personalize. Brother, I appreciate it, man. Listen, I appreciate you guys. I love you guys. I love doing this because it's pretty much like me hanging out. I'm getting to just laugh and joke and chill and talk to you guys. So this is just really, really cool for me. I love it. So, but yeah, it makes it fun, right? To go live and chatting, you know. So it's always something that should be part of the channel. Let's see. I might hop in with you in a fortnight. It's been, yeah, man, that'd be cool, bro. If you're free. Still got that Fortnite horde mode going on, which has just been a lot of fun. Ooh, matter of fact, I'm about to check and see what Fortnite has now. So I got the Fortnite app on my phone. And let's pull it up and actually see live what they got. So what I do every day, I go on Fortnite at 8 o'clock just so I can see what new character skins they added. So Crown Jewel is a pay-per-view they started years ago that's in Saudi Arabia. But this year, they're doing a new thing called the Crown Jewel Championship. So, an update is available. Okay. So, update permission. I gotta allow it. Okay, give it permission. Notifications. Please app activate use. No permission denied. Okay. All right. I don't know why it sent me here because it has permission. All right. So what they did is they made a new thing where the whoever is the world heavyweight champion. So once a year, whoever's the world heavyweight champion will go up against the undisputed champion, and the winner is now the Crown Jewel champion for that year. So they're going to do it every year. So what we decided was let's do that in We Wrestle Wednesdays, and we're going to do that on the last episode of the season. So we do 7 weeks is one season. So last week was actually episode 7 of season 13. Just think how long we've been doing it. We've been doing it for almost 2 years straight and never missed a week. And if you guys know what happened to me last week, it was crazy. And I streamed the whole thing. My daughter got into a car accident. I was streaming from beginning to end to where I went to see her and her car outside and still streaming. Talk about utilizing remote play as if it was cloud gaming. I got in the car, drove to drop my daughter off a half an hour away, and at the same time had the boys still playing. I got my I got my phone in the car with the game and everything on. I'm still chatting with everybody. Then when we get there, my wife drove back so I could jump on and actually slapped on my controller and played on my phone. And we even won the tag team champions while I was in the car driving. So you don't tell me remote play can't work. Remote play got really good, and it is the answer to cloud gaming. Sure, cloud gaming does have some better benefits, but remote play is pretty damn epic, if you ask me. So anyway, at the end holds, I end up winning both the World Championship and the Undisputed Championship, automatically making me the Crown Jewel Champion without even having to face anybody. So I get that glory. Me and my friends like, yeah, Horde mode is dope. Is way better than OG Horde. Oh yeah, I don't even know what OG Horde was like. So bro, hey, 5-0, it ain't my fault you wasn't there. It's not my fault. Is there Iron Sheik? Iron Sheik isn't in the game. You missed about 5 weeks. All right, fair enough. Remote play is yeah, unfortunately, it's sad that your remote play don't work for you. But I just told you I was in a car. I did remote play for a couple of hours. I was outside probably for about an hour. I was in the car for about an hour. So I was doing remote play for at least 2 hours. At least 2 hours. So trust me, your remote play is probably cheeks. But my remote play is not cheeks. And you watch my stream. I'm playing online, still chatting and streaming at the same time. If we just want to add that in there, streaming to YouTube while I'm doing remote play. Yeah, fathom this. I'm outside of my house using my mobile data, streaming to YouTube. I mean, I was able to do all this with cloud gaming, but still, it's kind of dope when you think about it. Remote play is good according to Cowboy. Watch the video. So you gotta watch the video. Watch us keep them. Watch us win those tag titles and how we was whooping them on remote play as I'm sitting in a car. It's crazy. Driving, mind you. Now, what's not good is if you're on the highway, because when you're on the highway, it's less towers. But once you're not on the highway, that's where the magic is. I feel like I want to hit you in them crown shoes. I saw someone do remote play all the way to in Japan here on YouTube. Hey, man, I'm telling you. Even though my PC and my PS5 are close together. Damn, that's terrible. You also, I'll tell you this. You got the PlayStation 5 was cheeks is their Wi-Fi. So PlayStation 5 Wi-Fi is terrible. So make sure you got your PlayStation 5 wired. If you don't have it wired, then yeah, you're not gonna have a good time at all. I even had my Canadian cloud PC streamed to Cowboy's house, and he played Tekken. He played Tekken on it during a live stream. That is true, and I beat the dog piss out of Urban too. That was crazy, no issues. Yeah, it was smooth. I beat the dog piss out of Urban with one hand. Why is Cowboy talking about VR? Man, we had a really good VR conversation. It was pretty cool. But that was like 2 hours ago. All right, guys. So I'm about to see what's on Fortnite. Let's see. I'm still waiting for some characters. Oh, they got some pumpkin dude in a little he's like in a little windbreaker. That's cool. But I got a bunch of little pumpkin dudes. Still got Edward Scissorhand. Still got the Pumpkin King. Still got Pumpkin Jack and Sally. Still got the Disney villains, Maleficent, Cruella DeVille, and Hook. Captain Hook, that is. They added Alan Wake in there. Still got Spider-Woman. Added a couple new. I guess they they don't have nothing I want. Well, it's Halloween time, so I'm still waiting for him to add something cool that I would like. All right, guys. I'm going to get off now because I am going to go watch some wrestling. But this was cool that we actually was able to chat for a little bit after FCAT left, and we had no guests today. Definitely check it back because if you're in the VR, we had some really good conversations with VR and Ninja Guy VR. His channel is all about VR now, so that was pretty cool to have him on. Whoops, I just closed my stream out. Let's see. All right. I'm gonna read a lot of stuff. Let me see. I always have it wired. Promote play. Pre-mote play is just booty cheeks. Yeah, that sucks, man. That your remote play is terrible. I hope my stuff isn't like that when I move to Florida. Yeah, it was pretty epic, but you still suck. Whatever, man. Stop being a hater, bro. You talking about VR for stellar cheeks? For stellar cheeks. That's why you're talking about it? Man, I don't even like that game like that. You going on a false narrative for a long time. Must be nice to have a foldable phone while Daisy made fun of mine. I told her not to do that, man, and forced me to sell it. Because we know you love that Stellar Blade. That's funny. You know what's funny? You took a narrative that I ran with, messing with people about that game, and tried to spin it on me. So the joke doesn't hit that hard because that literally was my joke for other people. I'm waiting for Master Chief, Kratos, and any other Street Fighter skins to come back. Those are my most wanted. Oh, you think they'll ever put Kratos back in there? So here's what's crazy with Fortnite. Dude, they would make so much money just bringing back certain skins. Like, just bring them back. Bring them back. I've just got 2 gigs down and up. Was playing cloud and remote play without these speeds by 10. Sarah told me you love Stellar Blade. No, I don't love Stellar Blade. Not at all. I think the game was decent, but I was not a big fan. I did play and beat it. I rented it. And then once I beat it, I sent it back. I think the story was very predictable. I think the combat was pretty good. And the graphics was good. But I don't think it was the end-all, be-all game. And the music was terrible. Terrible. You said you were serious about it. I don't think you know what we were talking about, though. I came up with a whole thing saying people who love Stellar Blade are lotion bottle boys. So that's what the thing was. I think you came into it late. So the thing is, if you like Stellar Blade, that's because you like lotion. You get it, right? So I pulled out. I had a lotion as a prop. Like, oh, you like lotion? Yes, I think you kind of was out of the loop of the joke. I think you and me are on the same page, but I was making fun of other people. If a YouTuber would do a locker bundle that would solve the Kratos skin issues. Wait, what's a locker bundle? Oh, you beat it. Huh. That was great. All right, guys. I think I'm going to get off now. I've been saying that a bunch of times. Oh, lotion as a prop. Oh man. All right, guys. I'm gonna get off now. Thank you guys for watching. I appreciate it. Yeah, I'll be back tomorrow for some Fortnite and Predators, or maybe Killer Clowns for Outer Space. Let's see if I switch it up. And then Wednesday will be We Wrestle Wednesdays, and Thursday I might do something. Not sure yet. With that being said, you guys are epic. The stream was epic, and now your mama knows. I guess that's all I got to say. Ha! Cause I'm a cowboy. Oh man! All right, have a good night, crazy. Later.
I'll make you famous.
Because I'm a cowboy. Oh man! And now your mama knows.
Bruce, unleash the baby god dragon!